Hey guys, just the two of us tonight. How you guys doing? I was working on some design stuff, so I figured, why don't I hop in and do a little bit of streaming since everybody else is asleep. Um, so I'm working on the Revenant tonight, and I've got some pretty cool ideas. Wrote some notes earlier today, so I figured, why not stream? All right, so I'm just getting everything set up for you guys. Oh, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this as let's think of that as some art. Hey Drake, hey Bolchu. Alaric. Good to see you guys. My Pacific Coast friends. I'm thinking about using this as the art for our ice elemental. The elementals have some unique art, not just like, oh, just like a tornado guy with some wind. They're actually like different looking sort of things. Let me show you guys where are the elementals. I think the elements are on page B. Let's see. Let me see if I have a spread. No, they're on yeah, B. Let me just show you guys that real quick. Oh, look, guys, I got some new art for the vampires page. The other one was just temporary. New spooky art. Look how cool that is. You can sort of see the bottom here. How cool is that? Nice, amazing vampire art. We got some new Oni art. It's a little bit pixelated here just because it's like preview mode. The Coatl, and I'm gonna fix the border there. It's just sort of in there as a placeholder. Let me see if I can find one of the elemental pages. Got some new fire. I think this is gonna be salamander art. Pretty rad. I've got to get it placed a little bit better. New Rakshasa art. He's done. He looks pretty sick. He's got like one blind eye and one like red eye and like this cool thing in claws. And oh man, he looks pretty red. And then I've got Storm Giants art updated and placed. Lightning elementals. I think it's really cool, like having this dude on a horse, like a lightning horse, and he's got this lightning sword, and oh, that's pretty rad. And then the air elementals. So I don't know. I think that's like more interesting than just sort of the boring kind of, oh, he's just a wind guy. And I've got some new art for the coast and sky. Got some huge cloud whales here, blue drake and harpies. I think that might get the harpy art updated. Anyway, I've been working on layout stuff, so I'm not really working on any one thing. I'm constantly working on everything all at the same time. But let me show you what I was working on before I started streaming, and we'll just well, you guys can hear me, right? Yeah, you can hear me. Hello, Fane. I guess you're in the West Coast. Cool. Okay. So yeah, so this is what I was working on. I'm working on the. Let me zoom in for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. I'm working on the Revenant things, and then if I have time, if it's not too late, then I'll hop over to the Psion. I think what I'm gonna do for the Revenant is each one is going to be each subclass is gonna have a different like name, like a pre-header name, I guess. So all of the mages are. So like all of the hunters, the keeper of the Shadowpath, keeper of the Wild Heart, and the mage is, what is it? Invoker of Control, Invoker of Chaos. I think that's cool. But for the Revenant, since each versions of the Revenant is so different, I think the Revenant is going to be like the Husk of the Wraith. Oh, delete that. Avatar of the Elemental Lord, Chosen of the Celestial, Emissary of the Fae, and maybe Thrall of the Archfiend. I think those are really cool. Like each one has a different name. I think that's pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. So what I'm trying to think about what is the design goal of each, and that's helping me design around. So Husk of the Wraith. So this is like ghostly undead stuff. So what would you do there? can heal wounds quicker. They're tanky. They can resist damage. They're very very tanky sort of thing. I think that is their thing. They're not necessarily a tank, but they can survive more damage. The avatar of the elemental lord, spellcasting. So maybe once per. So this is the first idea that I had like 5 minutes ago. So you can cast a spell. So they're going to be able to choose different spells. Like I think one spell in each spell school. I think that would be cool, or at least like each spell school, or the 5 elemental spell schools, like except for radiant and necrotic. I think that wouldn't make sense. But the others, fire, ice, lightning, wind, and earth. I think that is pretty neat. Maybe 1 or 2 spells from each school. And I think I like letting them have different, like very few spells, but from a wide number of schools. I think that's a unique way to do it. But anyway, you can cast a spell, up to the tier equal to the number of wounds you have. So if you have 3 wounds, then you can cast a tier 3 spell, or upcast a lower spell as tier 3. And this resets whenever you gain a wound. I think that's really cool. So it's once per safe rest. It's once per safe rest. But so every time you gain a wound, you can cast another spell. You can do other things also. But I think that's a really cool way to do it. You don't have to worry about mana. But and the closer you get to dying, the more powerful you get. While dying, you may cast a cantrip as if you were 5 levels higher. So you can always like upcast cantrips. Or a tiered spell as if it were upcast for additional time. So they cast very few spells, but more powerful, like above the level that they actually are. Tiered spells you cast cost 1 fewer action. Maybe you gain more maximum wounds as you level up. So like in order to cast a tier 9 spell, you'd have to be able to have at least 10 wounds, right? So I'm not sure if that's exactly how we're going to do it, but maybe something like that. I think that would be pretty rad. So this is sort of like the rough outline of the avatar of the elemental lord. And I think this guy's also going to while living, your weapon always has the maybe that might be too similar to the commander's thing. What is the commander's? The spell blade. Yeah, that might be a little bit too similar to the spell blade. Maybe I'll give them some other thing. Yeah, at level 3, the Spellblade Commander gets Firebrand. When you roll initiative, you may cast Enchant Weapon for free. So yeah, maybe it won't be that. Maybe it's not Enchant Weapon. Maybe it's something else. But I think each one of these at level 3 gets, while living you get this, while dying you get that. I think that's pretty cool. Are you also on Twitch? No, I don't really do anything on Twitch. So I think that would be cool. The question is, how would you gain more wounds? I'm not sure. Maybe level 3. So maybe like level 7 you gain 2 wounds. Level 11 you gain. So you normally have 6, 7, 8. So you could cast up to tier 7, and then 9, 10. Yeah, okay, that's 10. So like every time at level 7 and 11 you just gain 2 wounds there. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Chosen of the Celestial. This one is sort of like the party buff kind of thing. Maybe they can cast Rebuke. They can cast Rebuke just as a cantrip. So they have more reach or more range than like the regular guys. And then while dying, it doubles the reach. So instead of the hate spell that the other class gets, the base class gets, I think I'm going to rename it. I think just the Husk of the Wraith is going to have the hate spell. I think just this one is going to have the hate spell. That makes sense. This one, instead, you can cast Rebuke, or some permutation of Rebuke where it's powerful enough. I have to figure out the balance. But I think that's cool. You can cast True Strike on yourself and an ally. I think that's a cool way to do it. Since you have fewer actions, your actions are more powerful. So whenever you cast True Strike, you can cast it on you and an ally. And the new True Strike extends your reach. So this one is like much more reachy. Um, and then I was thinking of like glorious something. But when you are dying, you can roll a number of d8 equal to the wounds you have. Heal this much damage amongst your allies. Something like that is what I'm doing. So when you die, you can heal your allies. So like you die and this celestial being sort of comes out and heals people. Anytime I'm doing like celestial stuff, I've got like a songbook from church. So I was just going to like flip through and see if I could get some ideas for like what in the world to call this. So that's where I was when I was like, hey, maybe I should stream this. So this is my process. I'm looking for what's cool, kindly light. Let's just get some vibes. Kindly light. In your hour of need. Let's see. If you guys have any, yes, I had to play Star Scion. All right, neat. Let me know how it goes. Send the light. Sound the battle cry. Is battle cry one word or two? Battle cry. Battle cry. Send the light. Sound the battle cry. Ooh, a royal banner. That sounds neat. Throw out the lifeline to work. Let's see if I can get like maybe one or two more ideas. Maybe something like dawn. Light of dawn, something like that. It sounds pretty glorious. Sunshine. Steadfast. That's definitely one of the words we're kind of going for. Let's see. Unyielding something. Rise up. One more, and then we'll call it. Into the morning. Maybe reprieve. I think we already have glorious reprieve. Okay, I think we probably have enough vibes. We'll come up with. So a Revenant is an undead guy. So it's not necessarily an undead guy. One of the subclasses definitely is. The one on the art is. But it's not necessarily an undead guy. Why does he have the options to come back with any of these separate forces? Are they potential sources? Yeah, so this is sort of like, what are you... So a Revenant is more like something that inhabits you that won't let you die, basically. So it's not necessarily you are undead. I think this one, the Husk of the Race, is definitely an undead vibes, but this one is sort of like, think of like Avatar Aang, or like when he gets angry or he's protecting his friends, he gets this additional power. Or Naruto, when he gets beat up real bad, then the fox comes out and like gives him like special powers and things, that kind of thing. So it's not necessarily undead, but he could be. He definitely could be. Reaction for free from the magic school it knows. Possibly. Death Walk. Revenant ability do 10 HP block wounds. Yeah, 10 HP blocks damage. Yep. It could imply something spooky. Apotheosis? Apothic Rise? What does apotheosis even mean? The elevation of a person rank of God. Or the supreme example of something. Yeah, maybe we're going to avoid that. Whoop whoop. Hey, Dad on YouTube. Good to see Dad. All right, so let's keep going. So I think we probably have enough ideas here. So what else could we do? What else could this guy do? Let's pull up InDesign real quick and let's look at the Radiant spell. So I don't think he should be able to cast Heal, but he when this sort of duality between where he's living and dying and things happen then I think is cool. Probably shouldn't be able to cast Shield of Justice, maybe. Because I don't want to be able to have to like deal with a bunch of spells, but maybe you could just cast. I think these two are cool, just being able to cast those as cantrips. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. What are some buffs? So True Strike is a buff that you can do. You get the dying condition rolling. Okay. Maybe that's it. Dying Allies heal as we regain one action. That sort of makes it more powerful. Is that too similar to Glorious Anthem? Don't we have like a Glorious Anthem that the Songweaver has? Inspiring Anthem. When you defend, force the attacker. Oh no, that's it. Grant all friendly dying creatures who can hear you 1 hit point and 1 action. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll get to the sign in a little bit. Getting a wound to be able to cast a spell? I don't think so. I don't think I want him to be able to like use wounds as a resource, but when he is wounded, then he can do these things. It's a fine line, but it's basically the same thing. So other classes can do that. This one is a little bit different. The one Revenant is the one who returns. Okay. The Oathsworn, the Oathbreaker can do that already. So I don't want to step on. I don't want to step on other classes' toes. That's what I struggle with most. Just the name. Revenant means dead person. Okay. Yeah, and like the core art is going to be like this undead thing. So just so we're clear, that is the core fantasy. But there's going to be like a slightly different. I think I'm gonna have like a flavor box also. Like feel free to flavor any of these however you like. But the core of the fantasy is going to be this one, I think. But not everybody wants to play like an undead character, just as a hero. So there's going to be different ones. So instead of Emissary of the Fae, maybe it would be like a poltergeist or some ghost or something. We can flavor it that way. Or if you don't want to be the ghost thing or the spooky undead, like, oh, it's tricksy, like you're doing this kind of stuff. Okay. So I think out of all of these, the Archfiend one is going to be probably the one that's cut if we do have to cut one. Yep, cool. So the ability that this one is going to use the most is going to be Haunt and Usurp, I think. Maybe not both of these, but I think this tricksy one is going to have one of these. Reaction to when damaged while dying, spend an action for the attacker. That's pretty cool. So you have to both be damaged and dying, and it costs you an action. Well, you can spend an action for the attacker. That's pretty neat. Usurp. Moving the space of an enemy, you may gain a wound to choose its actions during its next turn. Gain 2 wounds instead of a level higher. This should probably be once per encounter. Otherwise, it's just going to be too good. Ooh. Oh, let me share this with you guys. This is a really cool thing. So I did get a comment back, a really smart comment, I think, from Mike Shea, so good old Sly Flourish, and he said, "Hey, we've been experiencing, and I don't think you read the GM guide about like how to balance things with tactics and do different things. He didn't read that. He said, "Hey, when like you start with like 4 heroes and there's like 8 monsters, and when it gets down to like 3 or 4 monsters, it still takes a little bit of time to like around a couple of turns. It takes a little bit of time to wrap it up, but 4 heroes versus like 3 monsters, it's like we know we're gonna win." So that was feedback that he had. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good feedback." So I thought, could we have some optional rule that allows us to keep the tail end of a combat encounter to keep the tension up without extending the combat out longer, but just keep it spicy like throughout. Sort of like how legendary monsters have bloodied and last stand to like, all right, like, hey, we're winning. The bad guy's hit points are going down. Like it's getting easier and easier. He's bloody now. Boom! Like this difficulty spike. Like oh no! Like the wave of battle makes it interesting. So I did add this as an optional rule in raged monsters to help keep tension up through the tail end of a fight. Whenever the heroes have whittled down the monster numbers so that there are more heroes than monsters, choose one monster to gain an additional action each round. Super simple. They get enraged, they get panicked, they get whatever. Like the monsters, they start fighting harder now that they see that they are really truly losing. I ran simulations of what this does to the balance. It doesn't extend the combat out any longer, but it makes those last few turns still spicy, right? And you can choose the monster can just like it can move faster to get into combat better or away from you to use its range attack, or the biggest monster can do one big single attack. And what I found out as I was doing the modeling was that the monsters that only had a single attack, they were worth less of the budget, and the monsters that could do 2 attacks or 3 attacks or more, they were worth much more the budget, so that like for instance, this level 12 monster can do, if he's attacking for 1, he should deal 50 damage with that 1 attack on average. If he's doing 2 attacks, he should deal not 25 damage for each attack, but 22 damage for each attack. Because just being able to attack multiple times is worth more than just the damage. So you have to we had to compensate the numbers just a little bit. So the monsters with 1 big attack each turn were sort of not worthless, but they were worth less than the monsters that could attack more than once. So this this new optional rule, you don't have to use it if you want to. Some encounters you can use it, some encounters you might not. But this makes those 1 big attack monsters way more dangerous when there's fewer monsters than heroes. And I think that's just a really cool way that makes things balance, like self-balance. And it's a cool tool that you can use, that you can have in your back pocket as a GM. Like, all right, there's 4 monsters left, there's 4 heroes, and the correct way to do this almost always is like, we're going to focus down these monsters one at a time, right? But some monsters might be like, as soon as there's a fewer of us than you guys, we're going to get really nasty. I think that's a really cool thing, and it changes up the tactics. It changes the value of these different monsters. So like you might go after the multi-attackers first and leave the big attackers last, because like, okay, like we have an Oathsworn, he can defend 50 damage or 30, he can defend 20 damage or 30 damage with his big defense. But once this guy's attacking twice in a round, like, oh no, like this guy is way more dangerous later in the fight than he is at the beginning of the fight, and it just changes the curve of the fight. I really like that. I really like that. You can use it if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to. I thought that was really cool. Another character would be Yujin Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. I've never seen that. If you're going to give me a bullet point or two about who they are and what's cool about that thing, then let me know. I have heard of a Full Metal Alchemist where there's like a suit, like one of the brothers is like a suit of armor and he's a ghost or something. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that kind of thing, like that could be a Revenant. Are you against the idea of having a Revenant having one regular action plus one spirit action? The spirit action letting you move black hand. That might be a little bit too complex. I think I've solved like the tight action economy in an interesting way. I'll show you guys in a second. I think I've solved that without making it too complicated. While living, you can defend once for free, and while dying, you can move once for free. And that's it. I think that's I think that pretty well solves it. I like the stretch makes with different spirits and how long it dies. He's passed on. Yeah, cool. All right, fantastic. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. No, like once there's like fewer monsters than heroes, like they're going down quick. But any one of these could attack a second time. All of a sudden makes it like much less predictable. Like, oh, like each one of these can attack once. All of us can block once. But like all of a sudden now this one can attack twice. Or you thought this one was going to attack twice, the other one is going to attack twice, or move twice, or do something else. I think it's a really cool thing that can keep the players on their toes. No, monsters just they ignore that. They just get attacked again. Yeah, I mean that is definitely an optional thing, and maybe we can add that. Like, hey, they can be enraged, or anytime there's fewer monsters than heroes, maybe the monsters just run away. That said, people a lot of times players don't love it when monsters run away. And they'll say like, oh no, we want to keep fighting, and we want like, so maybe this is two sides of the same coin. So up until now, nimble encounters, unless a GM just does something like by the rules, nimble encounters sort of end when one side dies. So maybe one side of the thing is like, you can still do that obviously, but one side is when the number of monsters is fewer than the number of heroes, the monsters get enraged, and the other side is the monsters get cowardly and they run away. So that's not a bad idea. And I do have a really cool icon for that. Let me pull up. These are all custom icons from Vladif Tomescu Cosmodium. Really cool designer. If you guys are in need of design, he's a really good guy. So maybe we can have like two sides of this coin: enraged or like run away. I think that might be fun. I'll leave that there. I'm not going to do that now. I want to focus on the Revenant, but really cool idea. Really cool idea. Thank you, Maruti. Yep, cool. Shadow Mortar. I've heard a lot about that game. I've not played it. Is that available on Steam? You guys let me know if that's available on Mac. Live like a normal life until he became a vessel for Sukuna, essentially a demon sorcerer who offers some deals in exchange for saving her power. Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. Idea. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. Oh yeah, the raged thing. Oh well, icons. Yeah, icons are great. All right, so I'm gonna check real quick. I do have Steam open. Let me just check. And unfortunately, one of my favorite games, Dream Quest. Have you guys ever played Dream Quest? Amazing game. Worst graphics of a game ever. I will say that. I've never played an uglier, worse looking game. But the best game. It's unfortunately it doesn't. I can't run it on a Mac any longer. Shadow of Mordor, Middle Earth TM. Let's see. Is it available? It's not looking good. How can I tell? Is it available on the Mac? It is very positive. It usually says it like, no, Windows only. All right, you guys find me some good Mac games to play. That's okay. Oh, if you guys know any good shows that my wife and I can watch together, let me know. Let me know. We're always looking for good new shows to watch together. I don't know that she would ever watch an anime though. It was delisted on Mac. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I think we've got the Wraith, the Elemental Lord, and the Celestial pretty well down. Let's talk about the Emissary of the Fae. And I think this one would not be like getting wounds and stuff. That doesn't make sense. Move into the space of an enemy. You may gain 1 wound to use to choose its actions during its next turn. That's incredibly powerful. Trixie Fae. I think this is gonna be like the level 3 ability. Like, why this is why you choose this. Like once per encounter, you can just like. And I think I'll come up with a better name than that. Move into the space of an enemy. You may gain. Maybe we don't have to move into this space since it's not really a haunting thing any longer. Maybe it could be, yeah. So maybe initially it's you have to move into their space. It does seem a little bit weird. Move into space. Maybe this is like a while dying thing. While dying, move into the space of an enemy and choose its actions during its next turn. And maybe this is like gain 1 wound if it is your level or higher. I think that's cool. Just like a slight incentive to like not always choose the strongest guy. I think that's cool because like controlling a bigger guy, like, you know, it's harder to do. So we just watched, like, we like watching a lot of the like the BBC like old like, oh, it's in these you know, Elizabethan era, and they're the Duke of whatever is doing this, and like a lot of that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be that, but we saw this one, Lark Rise to Candleford. That was a good show. We just finished Finding Penelope. That was pretty good. And there's one more. What did we just finish? The other something sister, the other Hartford sister, something. That was pretty good. Hey, yeah, Steven. Yeah, we're going to. I'm going to Gen Con. I'll be there. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday. So yeah, good to see you, Steven. Man, you're up late, aren't you? East Coast. Good to see you. Yellowstone. I don't like watching a lot of shows that have like a lot of bad language and stuff in it. You know, I don't need that in my life. From what I understand, that one has like some spiciness in it. Free Rent. Yeah, I've heard good. Do you think my wife, who doesn't like anime, would like that? It does actually work on Mac. You just buy the PC version, you just get the Mac version. It's a license issue, not a tech one. Interesting. Okay. Ted Lasso, isn't that on like Apple? I've heard good things about that. Okay, let's focus, guys. Let's focus. Steven, yeah, let me know if you want to get together, meet up, hang out at Gen Con if you're going. Okay, so I think this is the thing that we're doing. The Fae one is Trixie, almost sort of bard-like. Your wife, Lockdown, your wife really like Freerin? So Lockdown, does your wife like other cartoons or like animes, or is this like the only one? Your wife like it? Brian, does your wife like anime in general? And is it dubbed or is it just subtitled? Because I don't know if my wife would like to. Daniel, wow, okay, Daniel. Same question. Does your wife like anime in general? Fruit is really good. I think this one is going to get this. It's dubbed? Okay. Okay, cool. I'm open to that. Did Steven leave us already? Steven, come back. Baby, come back. Okay, so what else do Fae do? What else do Fae do? Yeah, cool. Let me know, Ian. She does now, but she didn't. Okay. This is the gateway. Oh, hey. Yeah, let me know if let me know if you know. Hey, Wargasm. Let me know if you want to meet up and hang out. Do you have a booth there? I don't have a booth, so I'm just gonna be like wandering around, hanging out, talking to people and stuff. Free ring got chuckles from your mom. All right. What else is the Fae gonna do? Maybe swapping positions with dudes. That is a very Fae kind of thing. Let's take a look at the monsters book, and we'll take a look at some of the things that the Fae can actually do. I think that'd be a good place to start. Where are Fae? And we're starting to work on some new art. So I think like the beginning is going to be marauders, and that's going to be kobolds, goblins, bandits, maybe not gnolls, and orcs. So I think they're going to be like grouped as marauders together, things that can like be anywhere. And then most of the others are going to be in certain like regions. Oh, and look at this cool art for a bulette. I've got to redo the layout, obviously, but I got rad new piece. Look at that bulette. That's a big chonkus. That's a big chonkus. All right, cool, man. I'll take a look. Looking forward to hanging out again. It was nice hanging out with you last time at whatever that other convention was. It wasn't Gen Con. Gamma. I did like Gamma. That was the first one I went to. What were we doing? We're looking at Fae. We're looking for Fae stuff. Where? Oh, here it is. Okay, so the Fae, they're very tricksy. Ooh, maybe the Fae could summon maybe they could summon a pixie. Summon pixies or dudes. Pranks and stuff. Slow poison. That feels pretty fun. Maybe you could do pixie dust. That seems fun. Fairy trick mage. Swap the position of two creatures. That seems very powerful. Like this one is not going to be the strongest one, but for the creative person, they can. Yeah, cool. Oh, let me show you guys this. So you'll be able to recognize me because this is how I look. But also, I did just get some new Nimble shirts in, and look, it's got the new Nimble logo. Pretty cool. It's the same logo. I just got them in. I haven't even opened them up yet. I've got a red one. So I'm gonna be wearing these so you guys can recognize me. Look at that. It's pretty sweet. I wish I had printed. Oops, sorry. I wish I'd printed it just a little bit larger, but you know that's why I just ordered myself some test prints. And then I've got like a dark blue one, I think. Yeah, it's like a navy. Right on. So yeah, you'll recognize me because this is how I look, and I'll be wearing the Nimble shirts. So. Yeah, come say it. I'm not gonna have a booth. I don't really have a schedule of like where I'm gonna be or do or anything just yet. But I think I am gonna be meeting the manufacturer there, and like some other people that I know. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I think this would be pretty cool. I think all of this would be all of this would be pretty sweet to be able to do. And currently these are just ideas for it, but I do like the idea of like some random thing happening. Slowing and poisoning. Maybe they could do psychic damage and like ignore armor. That would be pretty. Oh, I got a typo. Dissipate. Found it. If I do packs, changelings, food. Glamour, iridescent glamour, attacks deal max damage. I think that might be cool. While dying, maybe you can have like this iridescent glamour. Maybe there's a unicorn inside of you, and like you're like part unicorn. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty rad. Forest gnome, wee. Bite, pinch, and pull. On hit, gain rating while raiding a creature. I think that's really funny. All right, so let's see. Red caps. No, we're not gonna do that. I really like how the Jabberwocky ended up. And some of these Unseelie Fae are a little bit more spooky. We might not do those. Lure. Lure might be good. Abduct, drown, dark tendril. Probably not those. Gremlins. Do the gremlins have any cool abilities? I think maybe we have enough abilities for this guy. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy with how quickly these all came together. So like, it's really fun when you're designing to have. Hey, Matt. How did Chop in the Wood go, man? Matt, if you want to hop on voice chat too, since we didn't get a chance to chat yesterday, feel free to let me know. Boulette, yeah, Boulette is awesome. That one was really cool. Yeah, swap conditions, making them prone. Angry Armadillo. Yeah, Z-Sang, yeah. Feel free to walk up to me and say hi, man. I might have like some very, very small number of ultra rare stab stickers. So if you walk up to me, I have like 4 of these. So like the special ones with stabs in his glasses, and they're like this cool confetti foil. So he's got his glasses on, buddy. Hello. So I'll see if I can bring these. I think I might only have 4. I should have ordered like a lot more. Maybe before I fly out on Friday, I'll be able to order some more. We'll see. So at least if someone says hi, I can have something to hand. You tried? Yeah, okay, no worry. Okay. PAX West. You'll pay for my ticket? No, I can't actually do that. I'm planning on being at PAX East in December. I was hoping to have the product, like stuff to sell there, like having everything's there. It's still looking possible. It's still looking pretty good for that to happen, but it's not 100% like I was thinking. Yeah, tactical rank. Husk of the Wraith. What about an ability that, while dying, you can use your corpse to hold an enemy, like a zombie corpse grabbing their feet to give damage? Yeah, that is a cool idea. We do have one similar to that. Let's pull up the Revenant. We do have one similar to that where your corpse like follows you and it can just repose for you. But it would be cool if you like once it upgrades, you can it'll let you like grapple. Like whenever your corpse interposes for you, it can also grapple an enemy that's next to you. That's pretty rad. Yeah, I do like that. Fair heavy on illusion and combat, Matt. Yeah. So like the swapping place thing is like, secretly I made myself look like your ally, and I made your ally look like me, so you attacked the wrong guy. So it's like we actually were here all along, but you just attacked the wrong guy. This was an illusion. So that is sort of the explanation for that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Matt, just let me know whenever you're ready. If you want to chat, we can chat. Okay. Let's oh, you couldn't see my computer. Okay. I think that Fey Revenant makes me think of the Green Knight. I don't know what the Green Knight is. Green Knight. The Green Knight. His headstrong nephew embarks on a daring quest to confront the Green Knight, though, a mysterious giant who appears at Camelot. Oh, what is the myth of the Green Knight? Arthurian romance about The beheading game, testing on our human fallibility. What is it, though? All right. Maybe I'll look into that more. I do have Mythic Bastion Land. This one has a lot of stuff about knights and fae and stuff. Does it have anything about a green knight? Knighthood beginnings. I have it. I've never really even opened it up yet. Unfortunately, that's what happens to most games that find their way to my table, my home. Do you plan on posting more demo features? Yeah, I can if you guys are interested in that. Sites, Salvation, Knights and Myths, 26. Gambits? That's cool. Is there like a glossary or something? Or an index of... Green Knight? No, there's no Green Knight here. Alright, we'll look at that later. Okay. Yeah, if you guys are interested in looking at that, we definitely can do that. Okay, so the base hate ability, the base like thing that, okay, so while living hits like a truck. While dying, more mobile and ranged, moderate damage. So I don't want to. So the reason behind this is I don't want to incentivize people like, oh, I just won't heal. Just don't heal. I'll deal damage to myself to equal to all my hit points, and then I'll always be dying. I don't want that. I want being healed always to be a good thing. And then so this one is going to be dealing like more damage. It'll scale better than the others. And then maybe it can heal wounds faster, or maybe maybe like this guy can just like re-inhabit the corpse somehow. I'm not sure, but maybe this one wants to be in melee form. Maybe this one wants to be in melee form the most. And this one is sort of like a spellcaster kind of thing. Yeah, maybe that's it. No, I think what makes sense is because the Revenant is sort of like this dead thing, at least by default. It has the I think it's what we call deadened nerves, where he just defends for free. Like he's not actually blocking or defending. Like he just doesn't feel the attacks as much as others, so he can just defend for free while he's living. And maybe one of these others, like Chosen Celestial, maybe he loses that ability in order to gain some other powerful thing. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. Will there be more Hexbinder subclasses? Yeah, actually, if Matt wants to hop on later, if he's able to, we can talk about some of those. So I think just by default they can just heal their own wounds is what I'm thinking already. So instead of healing their hit points with their hit dice, they can heal their wounds with their hit dice. But also their hit die is only a D4. So okay. What was I doing? All right, let's so we have enough ideas here. Level 3. What is going to be the level 3 ability for this guy? So I think like the re-inhabit the corpse is going to be the level 3 ability for this guy, because this one wants to stay living. So what? So it can't just be that he just like comes back. I think that would be a little bit too silly. There has to be some trigger or some reason why he comes back. Why he's able to like re-inhabit the corpse and like go back into melee mode. Maybe like he so melee mode is slow and sort of plodding. Maybe once the wraith, if the wraith can kill an enemy, then he can like re-inhabit the corpse. He can revive the corpse, the body. Maybe that's it. Ooh, maybe this. Hate grants you temp HP. You can turn this into HP by moving into the space of your. Maybe that's it. Like so while you're dying, all right. So you're living. Let's see if all right. We'll do this. We've got some. This is you. All right. This is you. And you are like you hit like a truck. You absolute freight train. All right, and you die. And then the ghost comes out. I don't have a ghost mini. This is kind of like a ghost. The ghost comes out. Woo! All right. And if the ghost just goes back, well, you have no hit points, so you can't. So the ghost has to come out. So the ghost wants to cast hate a few times, and it builds up these temp HP, right? And then once it moves back into the thing, I got my hit points back. Like I build up 10 hit points, or 20 temp HP. Go back, and then now here he is. Or maybe like the ghost can go over and just like call the body to him like, "Ah!" And then because the ghost can move very very quickly, so it can get into position and then like whoop, like just pull the body back like, haha, Buster, we're back. That is a cool idea. I really like that idea. So hate grants you temp HP. So hate isn't dealing a lot of damage. It is you're building up enough hatred to like be able to get back into the body. I think that is a rad idea. Rad. Ooh. I really like that idea. Good news, everybody. My cough is getting better. It's not gone yet, but it's getting better. Is this like Skeleton King from Dota? I don't know what that is. I've heard of Dota. My friend used to play Defense of the Ancients, the mod. He was pretty good at that, but I don't know what this Skeleton King is. Okay. This is a really cool idea. This is a really cool idea. All right, Matt's ready. All right, let's hop in, Matt. I want to hear what I don't know if you missed all that, Matt, but all right, let's see. Start a voice call. Let's see if this works. Hey. All right, say something. Okay. I need to figure out how to get. All right, try again. Say something. All right, I gotta figure out how to get people so people can see you. Discord. Let's see if that works. All right, say something now.
1, 2, 1, 2.
There we go. All right, cool. We're working.
How am I looking?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta turn my video on.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just do a chat. I mean, you can if you want to.
No, that's fine. I'm good either way. Yeah.
Okay. We'll just scoot you over there. Okay. I think people should be able to see hear you. So okay. So you did you hear the idea for the spooky Revenant?
No, I just missed it. I was just getting set up.
Let me go to this. Oh, I think I need to add you here too. Scoot you down there. I think people should still be able to hear you. All right, we'll just scoot you off to the side. Okay, so I think that this Husk of the Wraith, the Revenant on the picture, like this one. This one, so this subclass is going to be like the sort of melee focused one. It's going to be very very tanky, like damage resistant. It can like heal itself very very easily. So when when the body, the corpse or whatever, when that one drops to 0 hit points, like, oh no, the wraith comes out, right? And like the wraith can't just go back to the body because the body's dead, right? So when the wraith casts hate, it gives the wraith temp HP, and at any point the wraith can use some ability or something to give that temp HP, like to convert that temp HP back into hit points to like raise the body back up. I think
Okay.
that is a pretty cool idea. So the wraith isn't dealing a lot of damage. It can like maybe debuff or do things, but it's attacking in order to generate enough hit points to bring the boy back, who can like start smacking dudes. I think
And
that's the
so
direction we're gonna go.
how does temp HP interact with being in the dying condition? Like, if he gets hit, does he lose temp HP?
It might be. I'm not sure. It could just be normal. Like the wraith
Yeah.
is like in the
Yeah.
back line, like casting these spells, and then because it's in the back line, it's not really taking damage. Or it could be anytime you take damage while dying, you can take a wound instead of taking damage. Like maybe the wraith just has that ability, so
Mm.
like you could bank up these temp HP and then use those, because the temp HP is much more valuable to the corpse, like the living form, because he can defend for free each round. And then like taking
Oh
50
yeah.
damage is like, okay, that's fine. That's 2 wounds. Like, who cares, right? So maybe you could
Yeah.
choose. I think that is neat.
That's a good idea. I like it. I like it.
I really like
And then
that. Hmm.
so that's like you said, the pictured class there on the Revenant like picture. That's this subclass, right? But
Yeah,
from
I
what your document looks like,
yeah.
it's like a vessel. It's a
This
vessel
yeah
for other
this is
things.
this is the default, like the flavor default, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
good.
that's I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's a good
Uh,
way to handle subclasses too.
okay. Can when damaged while dying, you can how do we say that? You can
You could choose to.
you can okay,
I'm trying to
something
think
like
if
that.
you'd ever want to lose the temp HP. Like if you'd ever want to.
Yeah,
Like, does
if
it need to
if
be
you
infinite,
have
or does it
if you have
just
like
ignore? You know.
if you're already at like, oh, one more wound and I'm dead, like, all right, I'll just take
Oh
10
well, yeah.
damage to my 10
That
HP.
that's true.
Yeah. I think this is cool. So like he's casting hate because he hates whoever like, knocked his body down. Like now he has to like go and he's like, just floating around without any arms or anything. All right, now I hate you. Like, and he's
Yeah.
blasting people. All of that makes
So
sense. I think this is
here's a
really cool.
question:
Uh-huh.
Does he get extra THP or advantage in some way against the person who killed the body?
Maybe. I think that might be cool. That might be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you have advantage versus the one and you. Maybe.
I mean, it might be short-lived depending on who, who killed
Yeah.
him. If it's just like a goblin, that's not gonna last too long. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's cool. So the avatar of the elemental lord, and if you have any better names for any of these, then feel free to jump in.
yeah, yeah.
I think this guy. I think this might be his level 3 ability. Level 3, where you can, and he's so choose one spell from. Choose 3 spells. One from spells from different. Choose 3 spells from different schools. And then once we save rest, you can like cast these. So you can so if you have like 3 wounds, you can cast up to a tier 3 spell. So this is like a once per safe rest thing, but whenever you take a wound, it resets. So like it's quasi mana, but like so while you're living, you still have. So this is like the while dying. So each one of these sort of has like a while dying and then a while living. Like I think they're all gonna have that maybe, or I don't know. I guess you could cast a spell while
Yeah.
living still also, but it resets whenever you gain a wound. So like when you hit dying.
So you're
Um,
really you're escalating as you're going down. You're you're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
stronger. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I think this guy's going to gain +1 max wound. Because he sort of uses those as his spell slots in like 5e terms.
Right,
We
right.
want him to be able to cast spells. Yeah,
When he
I
doesn't
think
have the
that's
tankiness that Wraith has. He doesn't have
right.
any regenerative ability,
Station
right?
6.
So
So how many times do you get a thing when you have a subclass? 1, 2, 3, 4. So six,
just
seven, eight,
4.
9, 10. Okay, yeah. So each time you get +1 wound each time. So by the time you get to level 15, you can cast your tier 9 spell if you have like just 1 wound left. That feels
Hmm.
good because you'd have 10 wounds.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, like the video, guys. Okay.
It needs some ability probably to change what spells you're selecting. On a level up or on a subclass ability
Yeah, I
gain
think
or
that'll just
whatever.
be like, hey, whenever you do X, Y, and Z, just like it's gonna
Yeah,
have like just a general
changing
like
your character.
in
So
anytime you say for us, you can just choose new spells.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would
But
hate for people to be like, got to pick that tier 9 spell so that when I get to max level, I can do the thing.
Yeah. No, you'll be able to
Yeah,
change it. But I think it would be
yeah.
cool to only be able to choose one spell from the spell school, maybe two, but I think like one. I think that's
So you don't
cool.
have any schools up to this point, right? Like that, it's not a casting class, right? So
Right, right.
are you picking any school? Like just
I
the
think
full
any
gamut of spells
I
open to you?
think I think the not radiant or necrotic, so the other 5 ones. So
Okay,
fire, ice, lightning, wind, and earth.
okay,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I think saying different spell schools makes sense too.
Okay. And then each time you level, each time you get a new thing. So it's not this. So I think having something that's cool that they can do while they're living. So like if you have an elemental master inside you, like your avatar Aang, you should be able to do something cool while you're living, right? That should give you some buff, and then while dying, you could like super blast them with
Right.
with your spell with your spells that you don't have to spend mana on. Um, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Enchant weapon. I mean, that's always it's a good standby. I mean,
I think that one's
you could
cool,
say
but
you could say whatever. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
the um the spell blade gets enchant weapon for free already.
Yeah.
So and that makes sense because it's a spell blade. Um,
Hmm.
so I think this should have something else.
I mean, you could say the schools that you pick your tiered spells from, you can pick a cantrip from each one for while you're living. It
Hmm.
might get too complicated. It might be too many spells, but
Hmm.
it gives you kind of the lighter powered version, basically.
Um,
Oh, those spell pages are looking great.
yeah. I'm liking how they're looking. Um, maybe you can cast like snowblind or overload, like the secondary breath of light. Maybe you can cast the secondary cantrips while you're living.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Well, Zap, or what was, I'm sorry, Zap and Overload, you won't ever be able to cast Overload if you take Lightning, you know, because you have to be charged to do it.
Hmm.
Okay, very rarely will you be able to cast it.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but
Maybe that's not
um,
it. I feel like it
yeah,
should maybe be something else, like some passive buff, maybe.
yeah, yeah. Well, and that's why Enchant Weapon is a good option, right? Because that's what
Hmm.
it is.
Maybe
Trying to
this
think
guy
what
could like
else.
choose a mode. I mean, that might be too complicated. So I think it's probably definitely not this. It's not this. Maybe like I think
Yeah.
of I think well, whenever I think of Avatar Aang, I always think of him like in the very beginning when he's like zooming around on his like ball of wind. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe this guy can like just move faster, or maybe he has extra speed or something like that. Um,
Yeah. Well, and
Elemental
you don't.
ward. That's
It
pretty
doesn't
cool.
have to be that like we represent all the elements at level 3. You know, it can
Hmm.
be as he levels, he gets a special thing from each element.
Hmm.
You know, um, maybe wind's just the first one.
Can move X spaces for free each round. So, but like, it's not gonna be maybe 3. Like, maybe you can move 3 spaces for free each round. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it. It's like just a little buff that makes you more mobile. Um, hmm.
Just looking at the rest of what you got here. See.
So I think the Windlord would give you extra movement, or maybe the Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning, you could teleport for free. That's basically like what Alacrity is. Fire, AoE attack, ice.
Some kind of control ability. I mean,
Defense.
freezing or slowing or defense. Yeah.
Defense. Like the iconic ice spell is like the best ice spell is Frost Shield.
Right. Right.
Ice defense. Ice, earth. Maybe binding roots, something like that. So we don't. I don't want it to be too much.
Right.
Cast spells as view, or the target to have the condition required, like cast Overload without being charged. That would be cool. Like an elemental lord can cast ignite even without needing to the guy to have to be smoldering, or you can cast Overload without having to be charged. That could be a cool way to break the
Yeah.
rules, because you're casting far fewer spells.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it would make something like Ignite, I mean, almost useless to this guy, unless you could avoid that requirement.
Yeah. Maybe we just choose the spells for you instead of saying, "Oh, pick a number of spells," and you have to like sort through like 30 spells. Maybe we just choose the spells, and it's just like a very highly curated thing.
Yeah.
That might be
Well,
okay.
and then we could pair up like the fire and the fire for living and while dying,
Uh-huh.
which it would feel more flavorful, I would think.
That could be cool. Can cast ignite, ignore the smoldering requirement. Okay, so that is like the damaging one, obviously.
Right.
Single target damage. We got that. What else would we want? Movement 1.
Yeah. One up the spells here to look.
Yeah, so what other spells have... So Overload requires this. Yeah, maybe you could cast Overload. That's kind of cool.
What's the one with the teleport in it? I'm trying to find it.
Electrickery?
Yeah. I mean, that seems elemental lordy, you know.
That seems more Fey to me. I think I'm gonna save that kind of thing for the Fey one. Because the Fey is gonna be like
Oh, is there a
moving
Fey one?
pieces. Yeah, there's gonna be a Fey one.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Okay.
does anything else require hampered? Okay, maybe you can do Shatter versus maybe not that. Because that's still just like single target damage. Frost Shield.
I mean, yeah, as I say, Frost Shield is an iconic one.
Yeah. Maybe you could cast it on yourself or an ally. So like that's the exception. Like you can frost shield someone else. Like it's the same spell, but like gains a reach of like 6 maybe. I think that could be cool. Like that's also breaking the rules, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it serves a good use even if you cast it on yourself, right? Because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
having temp HP, even if you can't convert it to something like the other guy, like that's still really helpful then.
Yeah. Blustery Gale. I do like the movement one. 34 bludgeoning knockback 2. Maybe Updraft. Updraft is the revised Updraft is pretty strong. No, he's not on screen. Revised Updraft is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we want to. Neen Kun is making a good point that they have limited actions, so we have to be really careful about how many actions each of these takes, because some spells are 2 actions, 3 actions. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And what I was thinking for this is as they level up, so you can like tiered spells cost 1 fewer actions or something like that. Yeah, like we can work around that. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord of Grixis, hey, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, so if an elemental lord is gonna be like 1/3 caster, would these abilities be better off buffing your weapon versus just pure spell casting? Yeah, so yeah, we do want to make sure that all of these don't take away from like the living form. So yeah, we definitely want to do that. So maybe lightning you could cast Alacrity.
Yeah.
So like you can just
Well,
teleport for
and
free.
the living ones, they could be tied to attacks and things, right? It could
Mm-hmm.
say, it could be like when you crit, teleport up to 6 or whatever. You know, it can be things
Mm-hmm.
that feel like they're enhancing you as a melee fighter.
Mm-hmm. So maybe this instead of once per safe rest is like once per encounter. So like while you're living, you can cast a spell, but you can only cast a second spell, another spell, like once you're dying or something. And maybe some of these you can only cast while dying, and others like you cast cantrips while you're living. That might be cool. Maybe you can pick between a couple of different cantrips while you're living.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be it. Um,
Yeah, once per encounter definitely makes sense for the while dying part, because if you think through it, at some point the encounter is going to end. You're not going to gain any wounds after that, and you might then the next time you go down. Oh, I guess the next time you go down though, you're gaining another wound, so you'd still be able to cast another spell at that point. I would hate for you to go into another encounter and be like, can't cast a spell. Oh well, you know.
not till I go down.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it should be able to do something. So if the wind one is like letting you move for free, um, what if while living like you could just so fly's been updated, um, uh, so you can move key spaces for free on your turn, and you have a flying speed, but the Revenant can't use any ranged weapons, so they can only use like melee weapons. So it's essentially
Right.
they can move like 2 spaces or 3 spaces like for free on their turn. So what if in combat you can just fly. You can fly in combat. And essentially what that means is
While you're living.
you can move 2 or 3 or 4 spaces for free each turn.
And that really leans into using things like that lean into taking advantage of your small action economy is
Hmm.
really good,
Yep.
right? Like a free move that's huge. That might save you one of your 2 actions.
Hmm. That's cool. And we're just connecting it to a spell that you that already exists.
Right. Right.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
makes
Well,
you a more
it's
able
along
fighter.
right. It's along the lines of enchant weapon, right? It's along the lines of it's a passive that
Yep.
you're gaining
Yeah.
as a
Like
fighter.
you already hit like a truck. Um,
Right.
okay, so I just have to decide when when they get each of these. So I need to think like how deep do I want to go? Do I want to like fully design this class out? I feel like we've got enough ideas to where I can synthesize this down. It's like this one.
Yeah.
I figured out the base mechanics, and I'll work out the details later. So maybe that's as far as I need to go. Um, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'll come to you also
Yeah,
as you're thinking, as you're chewing on it.
being picked up and dragged around by yeah, like let's go over here, like that way. Take me that way, genie. Like, I think it's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, I think that's enough ideas. I'll let that simmer. Chosen the Celestial. I think this one, instead of you moving around, you just gain reach or can cast Rebuke. I think that might be the level 3 thing. Um,
Okay.
but that
Oh, like
alone,
get. I got you.
go ahead.
Gain reach in which state? Sorry, I'm just behind the curve.
So Rebuke has a reach of 4 by default, I think.
Yeah.
So Rebuke, so you
Okay.
can just cast Rebuke.
Oh, double reach while dying. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. So that alone isn't enough. That's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I think instead of like the hate ability or whatever it is, the spirit cast rebuke, and you could cast this while you're living too. If there's something like close, but I don't want to, I've only got one action. All right, I'll rebuke you. But what is the cool
Yeah.
thing about this? I don't think we have a cool thing with this yet. And the vibes for this is like party buffs kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's
Well, so I
this.
feel like yeah. Go ahead.
It might be True Strike. So you can cast True Strike, and whenever you cast it, you can cast it on yourself and an ally.
Hmm.
Because True Strike it has been improved pretty substantially. So it has reach 4 now. Target gains advantage and ignores all sources of a disadvantage, and +1 reach on the next melee attack they make this encounter. So you give that to yourself and an ally, and then as you level up, the reach. So you can cast it from further away, and the reach that it grants you is further and further. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is sort of similar to the wind thing where you can move for free. This just like the guy's like over there. All right, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna hit you even though I'm like way over here.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I
Right.
think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I I'm wondering, like, it is good. I'm wondering whether it'll be worth an action, one of the two actions, you know?
Yeah, it might not be.
Um,
It might
yeah.
not be.
I wonder if
So
there's
so
something that you can do
uh-huh.
to buff the party to feed into something to benefit you, right?
Yeah,
Um,
and it has to
when
scale. Like it can't be better with like 7 party members than with 2.
right, right, yeah, yeah, true. Um, but getting that double effect out of spending an action helped this guy, and it in turn helped me as well.
Mhm.
Is seems celestial.
Maybe we could do something with warding bond.
Yeah,
Um, so like warding bond has been improved. So both sides, both people get this damage reduction. Um, so maybe we could do something with warding bond, where you just
yeah.
like you're just permanently protecting someone. Um, I think that's pretty powerful. So it's
Is this
similar protection like an Oathsworn, but you don't have to be near them. And it doesn't have to do with interposing because that feels like very Oathsworn.
yeah? Are we talking when you're dying or when you're alive?
I think just in general, like while you're alive, like you probably don't want it while you're dying.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something warding bond, maybe like a better version of it. Since you already have like so few hit points, maybe you can like
Yeah.
maybe you can like double the damage reduction. So instead of -2, it's like -4. So like anybody, so a goblin walks up to you, attacks you and your buddy. It deals 8 damage. It splits into 4, and then you subtract. So it's 4 and 4, and like you both take 0. So like anything like 8 damage or less, you take 0. Like your ally takes 0 damage. It's
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
doesn't it functionally it works way better than it sounds. Like 4 damage reduction, but that's like after it's already divided in half, so it's actually 8. Um,
Yeah.
hmm.
Well, and this class operates on the kind of the benefits of both being dying and being alive, and so
Yeah.
moving you further toward death is not toward dying is not the end of the world. That's kind of a benefit
Yeah.
to some degree,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, that is pretty cool. I do like that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
It might be too good. So it's
It
this
could,
weird space where it sounds not that exciting, but it mechanically is too good. It's a bad place to be.
it's a large amount of damage mitigation for the party. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Tip HP on combat start. Seeing what everybody else is
The
saying
true
here.
strikes +1 reach every 5 levels for the reach. Both Tycon. I don't want to be a resize aura that is like too. I want each class to really feel different and have their own niche. So that is a very much an Oathsworn thing of having this aura of this and this, and you can do things with that aura. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, locked in. We changed them. Yeah, we'll tweak them. Um, so I want the level 3 thing. So the level 3 ability gives me a direction for this class. Oh, this class wants to do that. Like it wants to be in melee. This class, like it's sort of like this hybrid. It wants to be melee. It can do cool things in melee, but also while it's dying, it can cast spells. So this one kind of like wants to be dying almost. Maybe that is this. Like you like go ahead and make this avatar, elemental thing come out of me and like see what happens to you. You get something's gonna turn into a dragon. Um,
Right. Right.
this one wants to do so. I think the Fae, the Trixie Fae, has a very strong direction already. I think that one's already far enough along. But this one, like the
Okay.
party buff one, I think it needs to have like something that will pull people to this. Oh, like this is so cool. Like, oh, I want to pick this. You know, when you see the level 3
So
ability.
yeah, I mean, my first gut reaction is like, all right, when you're up, you are buffing the party, you're helping people, and in turn, with this warding bond thing, you are taking some hits, right? It is dropping your HP. When you start dying, maybe you gain the ability to do more in the way of healing. Now we're halfway through the battle, you're down, everybody else could use a little bit of pick me up here. Um,
Yeah.
and so you switch to that area. Like it seems like
Yeah.
there's a need then, right?
So what I was thinking was this. So like when you drop to 0, you can roll some number of d8s or like equal to the number of wounds you have maybe. And you can like
Yeah,
heal that much, like just divvy up those dice however you want. You can heal your allies that much. Um, Something like that. So like it's not a healing spell that you cast, but
right.
when this thing happens that you sort of want to happen, then this other good thing happens. So I wanted to
And if
feel
you get
different from
another
the
wound,
shepherd in that like they're not necessarily casting healing spells, but like
right?
you die and this big explosion of golden light and like pinata of healing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. But so if just thinking like I'm trying to break the game, right?
Hmm.
That unless you are allowing an extra d8 any time I take an additional wound while I'm dying, like it encourages me to be dying, get back up, be dying with another wound, so I get another explosion, get back
Hmm.
up, be dying with, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's that bouncing back and forth between dying and living, um,
yeah,
which just might not be the gameplay loop you're looking for, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um, So healing, I do want to be very, very careful. So someone said, Lockdown said, it would be too much of the dying form was a heal per round to anyone with a small reach. No, like definitely not. Like lots and lots of little things. Like everybody make this small change to your character sheet. Like you definitely want to avoid that. You want to have fewer things to keep track of, but things that matter more. So that's the opposite direction. And like ongoing healing or regular healing or ongoing effects or damage over time, that's the worst kind of mechanics to have in a tabletop game. Great for a computer game where the computer game can like manage all that. We definitely want to avoid that for this kind of thing. It should be like a trigger that happens where everybody knows that it happened and a big meaningful thing. That's much better than like drip 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 where we have to keep track of a dozen things each round. Um,
right.
so Matt, when you're playing, are you usually the GM or are you usually like a player, like a hero?
I'm usually the GM.
Okay,
Uh, yeah, yeah.
pretend you're playing, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
what kind of buffs? Like you're playing some hero, you're playing a mage, you're playing a cheat or whatever, the cheat. Um, you're playing some class. Um, what kind of like and someone picks the party buff class, right? Like what kind of things do you want the most?
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, it's hard because like the first things that come to mind, and partly because been inundated in Nimble for a while here, is like free actions, right? The
Hmm.
action economy is key to success, but Commander does a good job taking care of that, right?
Yeah.
That little tweak of a 7 to an 8 to make it a crit, like that's really helpful, like
Hmm.
like those kind of things are great. Definitely the uh, you know things like the radiant spells. I think you're on the right track there, uh,
Hmm.
because the advantages from True Strike, the warding bond, the protection. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything unexplored. Anything that we haven't done.
Maybe like initiative. Like give the hero who rolled the lowest on initiative, an extra action. So we're not like increasing the ceiling. We're just increasing the floor. Like we're lowering the feels bad. Like it kind of sucks when you're the berserker and oh, I rolled a 3, and like, all right, my first turn I rage and I don't get to do anything fun. Um,
Right.
so
Right.
maybe something like that.
Yeah. 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 That would be good. I mean, it would have to be as living, right?
Yeah,
Because you're almost certainly not going into combat while you're dying. That would be
yeah,
not impossible, but yeah, yeah. Initiative would be good. Uh, need to be careful with resource regeneration. Uh, let's
yeah.
see.
Give the ally who rolled the lowest on initiative +10 on their roll,
Yeah, yeah,
which is
that'd be good. That
essentially
would definitely
additional
kick them
action.
up.
But
Yeah,
+10 on
yeah.
your roll like feels better than additional action.
It totally does. It feels really
Yeah,
substantial.
it's the same thing, but um, okay. One worry is that does that bring back does that bring back the like, oh, now I have to know what everybody else rolls on initiative. Um, it could. It doesn't necessarily have to do that, but I don't want this ability to slow that down. Um, I
Yeah,
I do like that it doesn't. It's not bad with the two player party or like 8 party player. Like if you give everybody something, then that's too good for scaling. Maybe that's okay.
yeah, yeah. I don't think that would slow it down too much. Uh, I think typically, especially since everybody's at least at my tables, especially since everybody is the heroes typically all go at the front of the initiative order, right? So there's typically talk of like, I've got 3 actions, I've got 2 actions, so like you'll know just through the natural course of figuring out who's going first and what's going on
Okay.
that like
Yeah.
this person's got one. Oh,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
need
you got
the
one
extra 10.
+10, buddy. They're like, woohoo!
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Or it could even be like pick somebody to give the plus 10 to, you know. I don't know which one's better. This one feels
I
more
want to avoid
bringing up the
like
bottom.
always giving it to the mage, kind of, or like that kind of
Yeah.
situation. Because like I win it sometimes
Right.
too. Um,
Right. Right.
I think that is probably better because like if you can always give to the
Yeah.
mage can like always expect to have 3 actions, then they can always open up with like the big thing. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Right. It leads to boring gameplay.
yeah, yeah. I like that. Different players will get it at different times. Zephyr will never get it, but everybody else will get
No.
it. He's always rolling. He's already rolling like 30. Um, okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool. Um,
Just looking through like magic items, like seeing if there's anything that jumps out at me as you know, something that would be supportive. Hmm.
I don't know what the ability is going to be called, but so you cast
Yeah,
rebuke,
as a replacement.
yeah, and then it gains double reach while dying. I think that's pretty good. Um, so is giving them 3 things at level 3 too much?
I don't think if they're small. I mean, because the first one, you're giving them something, but you're really just kind of buffing a thing they already had, you know?
Hmm.
And so I think these like really straightforward things, not bad. And I think we have at least one subclass that does that already, that already has 3 things.
Okay,
I feel like it's one of the commanders, maybe.
maybe. All right. So I think the level 7 thing is like when maybe like the when you're dying thing. You can heal a bunch of boys. Maybe it's like whenever you gain whenever you gain a wound, or roll a number of d8s equal to the wounds you have, heal this much damage amongst your allies. That is pretty cool, maybe. Well,
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. Is I haven't looked at the class too much. In fact, I was about 30 minutes from the end of the stream, the last stream, watching the recording, so I haven't actually caught all of the Revenant stuff.
Mhm.
Is do, is the expectation that even the non-wraith Revenants could like have the potential to get back up during combat, or are they
Um,
pretty much in dying when
I
they're
mean, if
dying?
they're healed, so they wouldn't have any way to heal themselves. I think the first one is the only one
Okay.
that's really going to be able to easily come back and forth.
Yeah.
So this one gets more dangerous as he is dying, but it's more fragile also. Sort of like the mage. This is kind of like a mage one.
Mhm.
In this one, I think the party gets stronger as he's dying.
Okay. Is there is there ever going to be a situation where there's a party composition that does not have healing? Like, is that a thing, or
Yeah,
did we? I know we talked about it.
yeah.
Did
If
we
you have like
add a
5
healing kit
cheats,
or something?
did we do what?
Yeah. Did we add like a healing kit or something? Like some item that,
Yeah,
like, I would
there's
hate for it. Would
potions
it?
and there's a new healing kit thing, medical kit I think is what we ended up calling it. That
Okay. Okay.
that can you can recover a wound. Medical
Yeah.
kit,
Okay.
but like one medical kit takes up one. It costs gold first of all, and it takes up one
Yeah.
inventory slot. So, like how many can you carry? How
Yeah.
many does the town have? Like the GM can still limit it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Just that you want to avoid any time where people would be like, oh well, he's their evidence dying. He's in the dying condition at the end of combat, and like we don't have any way to pick him back up. you know.
mhm.
Um. Yeah.
um,
Which I
the,
guess is true of anybody, really.
I don't. So like in last time I played 5e, we had a big long campaign, and was it? I think it was mass healing word. Is that still a
Okay.
spell? It is. Um,
I think so.
so we had this spell, like one of the guys, and it was just the most awful spell to cast. Up to 6 creatures of choice can see within range. Um, it was this. No, it was this plus like the guy had some subclass to where allies that have less than this much hit points can be healed up to half of their maximum. So he always had to know how many hit points you had, what's your half, what's your maximum, and like could divvy up this healing. Like it was terrible. So I want to
Yeah.
avoid that at all costs. So maybe this is just heal one guy this much. That'd probably be easier. Heal an ally for that much. I'll work on the wording later.
Well, and it can be play tested too.
Yeah,
It might not feel bad. It's hard to know.
yeah,
I feel like when I play, I don't know exactly how many hit points people have, and obviously, 5e being like, hey, calculate half and then figure out who has below half. Like that's too much, right? But I
yeah.
have a pretty good idea of like, oh, that guy's been taking a beating. Like he needs most of it. So like, regardless of how many he has, you get 15 and you get 8 and you get 2. Like,
Yeah, but also
uh,
like, oh no, my max hit points is 37. I'm at 21. So how many do I have left? No, don't give me 15. Give me
mm,
give me this many and give give
give me
give
13
this guy
or
3
whatever.
more. And then
Yeah,
like all of a sudden it's like, oh man, come on, just let's go. you know.
yeah,
So I
true,
I think
true.
I want to avoid that. I think I want to avoid that.
Yeah,
Um
okay.
so upcast warding bond. What is upcast? I think it's +2 damage. Yeah, okay. So at level 11, dying allies you heal gain 1 action. I think that's pretty good. What is like the capstone of all of this?
How are you healing aside from your when you go
Just
down?
this. Just this.
Just this.
Currently.
That it
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be limited. It might feel bad because it might not happen a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're the
That
first
is a
one to go
risk.
down, you're like, well, that was useless. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
But you do get
yeah,
this also, the upcast warding bond, which like doubles its effectiveness.
true. Yeah,
You just ignore 8 damage from every attack, essentially, or that ally can.
right, right, right.
Um, was like a really big buff.
See,
Ooh. Your ward. So like maybe you could do something to buff your ward. Your ward like can do something big. Um, your
yeah,
ward
yeah.
always rolls one. Maybe it's that. Um, maybe it's this. In oh, what if it's this? So the invigorating presence. So whoever rolls the lowest on initiative, that person is always your ward. Just so you don't get to always choose the squishiest one.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Well, and that mixes it up, which is
yeah,
nice. It keeps you from always picking the tank, and it keeps you from always, I mean, yeah, hard agree with the whole like we don't want somebody to feel obligated to do the same thing over and over again,
yeah.
right?
Like, oh, you are always the best one to
Um,
pick, but and maybe it's not like whatever their total is. It's just whatever the number rolled on the initiative. Whoever rolls the lowest there, you're getting my help this encounter, buddy.
yeah. Well, and,
And
and yeah,
I like that.
it's great because like it'll, even if I'm playing somebody who, like, I'm playing a mage, right? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty squishy. I typically stay in the back row. Like, that would getting warding bond and getting additional
Yeah.
initiative and all that
If
stuff.
I'm
Like,
worded now,
yeah, well,
like
maybe I will. Yeah,
looks
maybe
like
I
I'm the
will
tank
lightning in
mage,
there and start
baby.
blasting people.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Like,
if
and that's
you ward
cool.
the Oathsworn, like he doesn't have to defend. Like I'm just not defending this
Right.
encounter. So I have more actions.
Just
That's
whacking
cool.
people.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy just gets like he just buffs his ward. Um, so
Yeah.
whenever you gain a wound, so I think level 7 should do something for the ward. Cast Swing Bond.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So your ward always rolls one additional die for everything. I think that is like spicy enough to where like, oh, I don't like to play support
Right.
classes, but I have no idea what that would break. But that is exciting to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's that part of my brain's going crazy, Evan. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you mean like advantage, or do you mean like
No,
an additional die? Like
you're making a
my short
save.
sword does 2d6. Like,
Uh, yeah, maybe it's advantage. I don't know. I like to make it big.
yeah,
Maybe it's just
yeah,
an
yeah.
additional die. Maybe it is.
I don't,
You're rolling a
I'll try to break it.
D100. You're rolling two D100s. You're rolling a strength save. Roll two D20. You sum them up. You know,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
like you are just like you in particular will not fail.
Yeah.
I think that is cool.
You're rolling on the chaos table. Guess what? You're rolling twice.
You're gonna fail twice as bad, buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
but
like
I,
that.
I think I think that's it. At worst, it might need to be toned down to a couple times per encounter, right? Like, but I think it's really cool that it can affect anything, right? But leave it how it is now. Let's see how it plays.
Yeah, I like abilities like this that let people dream.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay, so what could the in your hour of need? So this thing I think is going to be like a side benefit and not really the main thing for here. So what else could we do? Um, your ward gains something.
yeah.
It supports like a truck, yeah. Maximilian.
Like your ward doesn't need temp HP. Like it would be possible, right? But they're already taking half damage. They're already
Yeah,
moving
yeah, we're
unarmed.
set on defense. Maybe we can give
Right,
them
right,
offense or utility.
right.
Um, maybe like plus reach, or range on their things, or movement, or like the word should feel like, woohoo, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, movement's not bad.
What's that?
I feel like movement's not a bad idea. I feel like if the feeling this is giving somebody is like you're gonna you're gonna be the star of the show, you know,
Like
being able to
maybe
move
they're
around
just
more
immune to all
never
negative
hurts.
conditions. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but sounds
Yeah,
cool.
pulling out pulling out all the stops here. I mean, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
this feels pretty cool. Yeah, when you die, they gain an extra action, perhaps. Yeah.
they could be immune to the dying condition. I mean, they'll still take the wounds. They'll still be, but they're not going
Yeah,
down.
maybe,
Maybe that
maybe.
maybe that would be later down the leveling, but
Yeah. This one's pretty exciting now. It was sort of like, yeah, that's fine. It'll be the healer one, but now I'm like, all right.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I really like the idea of the ward of like leaning into that idea.
And maybe like the chosen of the celestial, like the chosen isn't like you, the hero. The chosen is like the one that the celestial being chooses. Like, I protect you, you will not die, and you'll be awesome.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Um,
Well, and I mean, you could, if you want something offensive, you could say, and I don't, this may have broken repercussions, but like any attack or spell or whatever also hits an adjacent target to the one you hit, or can, right? If there's no adjacent target, obviously don't hit an ally, but
maybe it's like,
just basically,
uh-huh.
go ahead. Just like allowing somebody to like swing their sword through, like cleave two people or like arrow two people or whatever, like
Hmm.
you know.
Like what if your ward like can't miss? Um,
Mm, yeah,
what if your ward would roll a 1?
they crit.
Yeah, but what if they're rolling a
Yeah,
1 on like not an attack or an AoE thing where AoEs can't crit?
well, it could be
Roll
one on an attack. I mean,
1d20 and replace the die with it. Maybe that.
yeah. At worst, you're rolling a save and you just start re-rolling
Yep.
it.
Maybe this could be like once per turn. So it's not too crazy.
I mean,
But this feels cool.
I don't imagine they're not going to roll once that often, are they? Like,
I don't know. I mean, if you're a cheat, like one in
I suppose.
25, um, like if you're
Yeah.
rolling like multi-attack dice, you roll like you're rolling 2d6, you roll a 3 and a 1, you change a 1, one's a d20 now, Buster. Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point.
or if you're rolling
Yeah,
fury
if cheat
dice
makes
or judgment dice or anything, like any dice that you roll.
cheat makes a sneak attack, he's got to roll one of them as a one, probably, right? Statistically.
He
So
might. Yeah.
throwing a
Uh,
d20 in there is
yeah,
probably too
so it,
much.
it could it
Yeah.
could help like a berserker if he's he has a D12 weapon, he's probably not going to roll a 1 on the D12, but if he's rolling like his D4 fury dice, like you could change D4
Right.
fury die to whatever you roll in a D20. Like it could be incredibly
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
I think this is
Yeah.
really cool. I think that's really cool.
I mean, this definitely makes somebody want to play support.
Yeah.
100%.
This is my favorite. Support like a truck.
Yeah, can there be a tagline for it?
What's that?
Can there be a tagline for this subclass? Support like a truck.
Yeah. Yep, I'm liking this one. And that sort of feels like divine guidance, like, no, you mere mortal. This is how you do it. But bling,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
hmm.
and part of the question that's coming to mind is like, is this is it too much for this to happen every combat? Because right now it's happening every combat, right? Somebody's getting this.
Hmm.
Like, does this substantially affect the party's power if you take this subclass? The
Uh,
balance of encounter building, you know?
so the trade-off is that, like, if I'm the Revenant, I, as the person with the lowest hit points, whenever this guy's attacked, I'm also taking damage. It's like he's sacrificing himself to do this, you know.
Right.
So this isn't just buffs; it is a little bit more than that, I guess.
Yeah. 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 Well, I'm just wondering if the D20 thing is obviously an increase in power. The roll one additional die, increase in power. Like, there's definitely downsides to the Revenant,
Hmm.
but does the party as a whole gain enough power that it would affect encounter building? I guess is my question. You
Oh,
know?
is this too strong? I don't think this is too strong.
Right.
It's strong when it happens, but
Okay.
it's like a very spiky strong, which I like. It's less things to keep track of and less things to fiddle with. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, anytime you increase all the dice you roll by one, and or like anytime you hit one guy, deal 2 damage to every other monster. Like now the GM is having to like update the hit points on every monster every time you attack. Like that kind of stuff is super annoying. But you rolled a one, no, bling, like, and no, it's a 17 instead. Have fun, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
cool. It's impactful, but not overly so.
the only one that I might disagree on is the always rolls one additional die. I think that is
That might
pretty
be too
much always
good.
an
Yeah,
increase.
that
You
that
know what
that
I'm
might
saying?
that might be
Like,
stupid.
yeah,
Maybe that one's stupid.
yeah.
Maybe we have to say something something something. But
I
so
mean,
looking
I
at
mean, I'll throw it
this,
out there.
hmm
Rules as written right now, when you roll that extra d20 because you rolled a one, you're actually rolling two d20s once you get to level 17 or whatever that is,
no, it's like
because you always roll an
no
extra die.
no the Revenant rolls it and replaces it. Like they don't. So I think that would be an exception.
Oh, not the ward.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. That's yeah. I was like, because that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
I
Okay.
just by way of context, I think I need to look at how powerful the abilities in the original heroes are. So level 7, once per counter, your weapon attacks ignore cover and armor this turn. That's pretty good, but not crazy good. That might be so. Let's say like 2 attacks, and it's heavy armor, so that's gonna be 20 damage, like plus 20 damage once per encounter. Um, that's not OP, but that's every encounter, you know. And
Yep.
maybe you
Yep.
get Heart's Fire, and you could get 4 attacks, and you're buffed, and maybe you could like eke out 30 or 40 damage. That's a cool teamwork thing, you know. And if
Yeah.
the average of a d20 is 10 or 10 and a half, like you do that once or twice, or in some edge case you could do it like 3 or 4 or 5 times. That feels kind of equal. That feels
Yeah.
fairly the same. Um,
Yeah.
and then this
I
guy just getting like 2 or 3 or 4 healing potions that you can carry around and use like whenever. Like that's pretty cool too. Like it saves gold and it this cool utility that people can heal themselves. It
yeah.
feels like it's
One
on
and
par.
healing is strong. Healing
Yeah.
is strong. Yeah. Uh,
Um, yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm just
I,
I'm
I I
trying to
I
think
feel
of
like
where
we're
that
we're not we're
plays
not
into
completely out of bounds. This one I have to think about it. I think I'm gonna ship it like this, and like people will have all the questions, and they're like, okay, we need to tweak it. But
it. Yeah. Yeah, people will find all of the holes in it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, 1d8 equal to
Okay,
1.
all right.
And then level 11, I think it shouldn't be the party buff guy. This is going to be like the I love you in particular, I choose you, Pikachu kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can upcast Warding Bond. So that gives you and your
Yeah.
ward more utility. I think this should be once per round, just in case. That is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
I think level 11 needs just one more little thing.
It shouldn't be huge. Yeah.
Oh, here. Your ward has a max of 2 actions while dying. Like it's sort of just like you. Like you have max 2 actions, they have max 2 actions while dying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's good. And it's situational. So it's
I'll
not
change it to this
a,
has
a
+1 max action while dying.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Or it could be like an upgraded divine guidance. Replace any like once per round roll a d20. Replace any die they roll with that. That might be too good. That might be doing it too much. Also,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think that's probably it's
I
too often.
I kind of like this. I like this. This is fine.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that is sweet. I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's check on chat. How are you guys? How's chat doing? If you're cheat, you force yourself to make it a D4. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. You could change your roll of 2 to a 1 and then change it to a D20. But then you can't change to the max. So Vicious Opportunist, you can only change it once. But if the D20 is like better than what you would have done, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
That would actually make the rapier a pretty solid weapon because you're rolling 2d4 and you're pretty likely to roll a 1 on one of those.
True. True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's all sorts of interesting combinations.
I feel like advantage on all rolls is a little less fiddly. If you're rolling a d20 after the roll, it means you make 2 rolls, slows things down a bit. Are you talking about this, the level 15 thing? Because that's not how that would function. Oh, this. I mean, so that yeah, this is a different. Divine guidance is really just like when someone rolls a 1, and that doesn't happen all that often. It's not going to happen every round. It'll probably happen every encounter where you get this cool thing.
Yeah.
And it might happen twice in an encounter, or like more than one. Like it'll happen like 1 to 3 times in an encounter. I'd estimate, which is
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
where it should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be some classes that it happens more, as I think about it, right? If you're a mage and you're doing a lot of AoEs, like, and you're rolling a bunch of dice for that AoE, although we've done a good job limiting how many dice you're rolling for each spell, so maybe that kind of counterbalances it.
But also, like this would encourage me to roll to make more attacks, or to use different attacks or
True.
different weapons or different spells, because like, oh, now I don't care if I actually want to roll a 1 because I want this angel or whatever to guide me and to help me out. So like normally I'm making 2 attacks and doing something else, or I'm doing something else. I think this is pretty sweet. I think this is really
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Yeah.
So like
What's
Lockdown,
set for?
he says
Yeah, go ahead.
D10 that replaces a 1. So that is more reasonable. But if we remember, this is likely only going to happen once, 1 to 3 times in an encounter, and it needs to be playtest, obviously. That is more reasonable, but less cool. Anytime you could, like, once you start thinking like, oh, I could replace any die with a D20, like that it's more fun to inspire people that way, and it's not like completely out of the bounds of like crazy powerful. I think we need to play test it,
What?
just like Ninkun says. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, two other thoughts on that. Like, uh, the downside of replacing any roll with a D10 is that you might be rolling a D20 and replace it with a D10, and now it's worse.
yeah,
You
it could
know?
be a debuff, or like yeah, you're rolling a D12s. Now I like all right, I rolled a 1, but like it's better, but it's like a little bit better, and it's like maybe
Yeah.
like so minorly
And like,
better that it's like let's just move on.
yeah. And if you're the other thought, right, is that if
Yeah,
you're rolling a D20 instead of, let's say, a D8, right? You swap out your D8 that rolled a 1, you roll a D20. Like, it could easily fall within 1 and 8. Also,
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
it might, in that case, it's not better. It's better than a 1, but it's
yeah,
not like it increased your power.
yeah. 95% of the time, it'll be
Uh,
better.
right, right.
Okay, cool. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so that is levels 3, 7, 11, and 15. All right, yeah. I don't know. I know it's not as late in Alaska as it is in Florida, but I don't know how much more time you have,
Yeah.
Matt. If you have to go,
I'm
or
around. I mean, it's 8 o'clock.
oh,
It's
okay.
it's I'm so good. So,
It's Monday for me, but I did
oh
have
man,
nap today. I teach Bible class on Sundays, and like that just wipes me out. Like going to church and
oh
doing all this
yeah,
stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm having a nap. So I had a nap, so I'm not too tired
yeah.
yet.
Sunday's a
Um,
great nap day. I mean, no
it
complaints
is,
there.
especially man in Florida. Like there's these afternoon rains, and like it just starts storming, and like yeah, it's this stuff.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. So I think so what almost always happens is like I will get real deep on one class and I'll like really be thinking good on it, and then anytime I come back to the class, I have to like reread everything because I don't remember. So it's probably best for me to like finish this before I move on to the
Yeah,
Scion. Um, level
yeah, yeah.
3. All right, so level 3, Emissary of the Fae. And I don't know if Emissary of the Fae sounds right. Maybe it should be like consort or like something more Fae like. So I'm open to ideas there.
Yeah, yeah.
Lord
Like
Grixis
Avatar,
says the Revenant in
Avatar.
general is giving them things to make up for the limited action economy, just makes their turn always run longer than everyone else. I don't think so. Like moving free doesn't make like things that where you have to roll dice are what like makes a turn take longer. Like moving or defending, like you just I know I can always just take 7 off of some attack this round, and like nobody else cares about that. That's just something I do. It's just between me and my character sheet. Um, like this one ability where it's like I get to roll a d20, like that's something that you want to happen, and it's not happening on your turn, it's happening on an ally's turn. Like all right, you rolled a 1, like hang on, I get to roll a d20, everybody's like yeah, that's the kind of thing where you want to take time and sort of celebrate that. I don't think the Revenant in general is going to be taking longer than anybody else, but that is something we think we can definitely keep an eye on. Okay, sorry Matt, I was
One.
interrupting you.
Uh, no, no, no. You're good. I was just gonna say, I've absolutely been on the concerned end of changes and of ideas and things like that, and been sitting there in chat being like, but what about this? And like, play test it and let us know what happens. Like, tell us how it feels at the table, because I've
Mhm.
also been in that situation where I've been like, I don't know, I don't think that's going to work very well, and then I play it and I'm like, you know what, no, that was good, I like that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah, and there were certain spells I was like, yeah, this one seems pretty good, and it's like the best spell in the entire game. It's better than the tier 9 spells, and like, okay, I need to nerf it. It's still the best spell in the game. So, and it's like
yeah,
it's a spell that like doesn't look that good. So even though it's the best thing, like nobody really ever cast it all that much.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
nobody else
Shield of
realized it either.
Justice. Shield of Justice went through like multiple nerfs, and it was still like the best spell in the game.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. uh all right, so what the okay, Trixie, that's the mo here, huh?
yeah, so this guy, So once per counter while dying, move into the space of an enemy and choose its actions during its next turn. And then you gain 1 wound if it's your level or higher. That one is incredibly powerful and can make for some really fun moments. I think that's neat.
I like the wound tax. I like that
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, you can do it, but it's gonna hurt you, you know.
yeah. Maybe he could do something while living also that feels a little bit fey. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of ideas down here.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy. Ooh, maybe when you roll initiative. I love how that no matter how poorly I spell initiative, Google will just fix it for me. Like I know how to spell it, but man, it's a hard one to spell.
It's just so used to you.
Yeah. When you roll initiative, summon 1 sprite minion. Maybe you could just summon a sprite minion and like it can do some cool stuff with you. Or maybe a pixie. Let's summon a pixie.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we can lean into the like there is a pixie that is doing stuff for you, but also I think when you go down like a bunch of pixies, like the number of wounds you have, that's how
Yeah,
many
that's funny.
pixies get summoned. You know, like that'd be cool. You just kind of explode in minions. Or like when you go down, you can move anybody within reach 3 of you or something. Like you just shift everybody around, you know. Some
Yep.
chaos.
Maybe like the pixies can enter someone's space and like move them to a space, like move them somewhere. That might be fun.
Yeah.
So what do pixies do? Who knows? We'll see. But I'm liking where we're going so far. I think this guy should definitely swap positions with people.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So like if one of my allies, so instead of moving, I can swap positions with an ally or maybe an enemy. So a bad guy walks up to the mage and smacks them on my turn. Instead of moving over there, I can just swap position with the mage. The mage is in a safer spot. I'm in the spot that I want to be, and I can smack the bad guy.
So willing ally or enemy.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe just willing ally. I mean, it could slow down turns a little bit. At that point, you're being like, all right, who wants to swap with me? You know, or whatever. But I don't think it's gonna happen every turn.
Maybe you could just like swap positions with another creature. Once per round. Because like you like your little pixies can be different places. Like the pixie can move for free. Like the pixie doesn't attack, but it can move for free every turn. You're just like you have like just a little die on the board, and my pixie's gonna be there, and I'm gonna swap place with a pixie.
Yeah.
That feels kind of cool. Like, and it could just be attacked, or just like poof, it, like explodes in a puff of glitter. But like that's one attack that the monster's making that's not hitting the party. You know.
Right.
I like that.
And so you spawn them on initiative, or you spawn them on?
I think when you roll initiative, you get summon 1, and then maybe as you level up, the pixies gain. I think this is gonna be level 7. I think level 7 you get to do some swippity swapping.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dying. Maybe the pixie does this. Maybe the pixie like moves into the space of an enemy and can choose its actions during the next turn.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't make sense if you gain a wound because it does that. I'll keep cooking on it.
That's true. Well, I mean, it would and it wouldn't, right? You're kind of the embodiment of that Fae, right? That so you know the expectation that it transfers back to you is makes some sense, but
Ooh, and I think Iridescent Glamour, I think this is definitely going to be like the level 11 ability. Maybe it's not 10, maybe it's some number, but maybe it is 10. Because like you have like hardly any hit points. You start
Yeah.
with 7 and you gain like 3, like 2.5 or 3 per level.
Attack deal max 10
7,
damage against you.
10.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have many hit points. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. Yeah. I mean, you could make the argument for chaos table related things. And you could like I
Yeah.
don't have it's not a fleshed out idea, right? But the
Yeah.
chaos table thing where the number of wounds you have, you add that to your roll on the chaos table, so the more wounded you are, the more
Mm-hmm.
likely you are to get a positive event.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you could. Pixie is a creature, so yeah, you could swap places. So like your pixies are moving like flying around wherever. Like they're not really doing anything, just sort of getting in the way. But you can like swap places with the pixie. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Ooh, maybe. What if like instead of like what if your allies gain that ability too? You're like your allies can swap places with a pixie, like as you level up.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want the GM to just like AOE all the pixies and now you can't do any cool things. I don't. Yeah, maybe we don't lean
Yeah.
too much on that. Like I think maybe we focus on the guy himself. I
Yeah.
think I think that
Yeah.
might
No,
be.
I'm kind of agreeing. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's I was coming to that same conclusion at the same time. I was like, this seems like something that's easily cancelable by the GM.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe you just summon one pixie and it is just immune to damage.
And it
Or like
just serves as
it can only be hit by a crit. Like any damage kills it, but only crits can harm it. So like the GM
yeah,
can attack it if he wants
yeah,
to, but like good luck hitting this little little annoying thing. Like when I have a mosquito in my office and I can't get him.
yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
I'll crit and I like I got him, but usually I miss. Yeah, maybe you could
Well,
summon a
I mean, they can.
pixie.
Yeah, I mean, they can. They could just be minions, right? They could be, I mean, you don't want to introduce too many stat blocks. I was gonna say it could just be like a monster.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, so one of the other monsters, they can make Fey minions and they attack immediately. I think probably not that. This isn't going to be the Shadowmancer kind of thing, and I don't want to have to worry about how
right.
to scale all the damage. I think this one is definitely strong, level 15. Um, where like a monster is attacking your ally, and you can like swap the position of the ally with like another monster, so the monster attacks his own buddy. Like you're denying
Oh yeah,
you're basically controlling the monster. I think that's incredibly powerful.
yeah,
Maybe it's not
yeah.
once.
That's good.
It's
And
probably not once per round. It might be like once per encounter.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can do a lot with that. I mean,
Hmm. And maybe we don't worry about the reach.
yeah, I was gonna say once per encounter and skip the reach is probably
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. I think this is pretty solid. Do we wanna mess with pixies? Maybe not. That does complicate it.
I feel like there's enough going on with Fae that you don't need to mess with pixies.
Hmm.
You know, there's enough chaos you can cause without introducing a bunch of other things. Much as I like the idea.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
I will say too that I've been thinking on Scion subclasses, and the one that's
Mhm.
been sticking in my head has been the idea of like clones or mirror images of yourself within your uh,
Sonic
psychic
field.
field or
Yeah.
psionic field. Yeah, I can't remember the word. And maintaining those, teleporting between them and stuff. And we hit on that here, but it's like it might fit better there too. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel
where
like
we are here.
might need one more thing. This might be enough. This might be enough.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, level 7 could frustrate your allies. You don't want to be in a situation where and obviously I don't think most people would do that intentionally, right? But like you could find yourself in a position where you're like, but I need to get over there, you know,
Yeah.
uh, and that takes the berserker out of the melee or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
What if you may have them move? Like you just have to move afterward. Like if you select an ally, then they can move.
yeah, or they could pick a spot within 3 of where you were or something. Give them some flexibility too. It gives them a little bit of a uh, consolation prize. Like, yeah, you don't have to go exactly where I was, but you can be over next to that other guy.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So what? Yeah. So if you so maybe it's just that. Just if you swap places with an ally, they can just choose where they want to go.
Yeah. So they're out of there, but they could move to the space next to you if they wanted to.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's
now, it's not a
ghostwritten.
bad thing if you choose an ally. Like you can position yourself and an ally in position. Or hey, Brandon, good to see you. Did you guys just finish your session, Brandon? What if
Yeah.
what if it's an ally you just teleport to them rather than swap? I don't know that it makes
Yeah.
sense that you could just teleport to them. Like a Fae wants to trick you. They want to do like, sort of
Right.
squirrely things, and you just teleporting doesn't make sense. So I think that's why we
I,
started with the fantasy.
I think within a certain reach makes sense though.
Yeah.
Because you're the fantastical play, right? Is like, all right, I swap in front of the enemy, and the guy I swapped with swaps behind the enemy, right? Like,
Yep. Yeah,
and now we're on
that's
either
really
side of it,
tricks.
right?
Yeah, that's really tricksy. Like you can swap places with an enemy and do that, or you can like you position your team in a really advantageous way. I think that's cool.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Brandon, you got to use the Hollow Knights. Cool. How did they work? This he's the GM at our where we are at church. He's there's a
Oh,
group
nice.
of people there. They're playing through Dragonlance right now. He was
Oh,
working on some
nice.
monster that was supposed to like take over someone's body and do something or whatever. So
That's an eventful session.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe.
Maybe
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, so I think those are looking pretty good. All right, let's go to the Husk of the Wraith. Has hate spell while dying. So I think hate could just grant plus 10 tip HP. On hit, grant 10 tip HP. I think that's super easy. I don't need to track anything's. Oh, using
Okay.
the possession one next time. Okay, cool. So yeah, the Wraith doesn't deal a lot of damage. But he can like raise the body back up. I think that's pretty cool.
Is this when he is hit or when he hits somebody?
So hate is the spell. It's like the
Oh,
ability.
okay, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Uh, does 10 need to scale
I don't think so.
as the levels go?
I
Okay.
don't. I don't think so. Because he gets like other survival abilities that is what the scaling is.
Okay. Okay.
So if we go back to this Revenant, I think this guy is going to get this body a puppet. Your corpse follows you and can interpose for you once per round. I think he's gonna get that because that's just a rad
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it really fits this subclass primarily.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Level 7. This body a puppet.
It was always one of my favorite like character ideas that I heard for D&D was you know, like a warrior with a magic sword or whatever. You a sentient magic sword, but you
Of
eventually find out
course.
that the magic sword is the character.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he's
That,
just using the warrior to, you know. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah, that is neat. Um, then this guy is going to
Okay.
get haunt. He's gonna get this. Maybe this is the level 11 thing. I'm not sure about this, but this feels pretty cool. When damaged while dying, spend an action for the attacker. Um,
Okay.
and then I think
So
one of
is
yeah. Go ahead.
just mechanically, are you like a monster might do one attack, might do two attacks per turn or something, but that's irrelevant at this point, right? Like if a monster does one attack and he hits you and you take damage while you're dying,
Yeah,
you
goblin
still get to
stabs
use
you.
one of his
You
attacks.
haunt the goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin stabs himself, or stabs an ally next to him, or the goblin runs off a cliff, or whatever. Yeah, that's the idea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you don't attack you don't attack a wraith. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so maybe this guy frightened lower level enemies. When you move through an enemy space, they're frightened this round. This
Yeah.
would definitely be a cool. When you
Right.
drop 0 points, you use hate immediately for free against the attacker, or against all others
Yeah.
within reach too. That's pretty good. That seems
This
like
guy's
a
going to
good.
be bouncing back and forth between dying and alive a lot.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not going to be all of these, but we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
and I think the
Yeah.
base form just gets like some pretty cool things that will have. So like this, like deadened nerves, reduce all damage taken by wounds while living. So I think this guy needs that, and not like the base class. Just this subclass, I think, gets it. Because everybody else is going to have
Yeah.
their own way to survive. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'll help you
We'll need
survive
to make sure
better.
that we'll need to make sure they all do have some way to last, you know.
Yeah. Um,
Or possibly just, you know, replace that with some boost to like in the core class, replace it with some boost to rather than healing hit points or wounds with hit dice, heal both or something, you know.
mhm.
Um,
And this this isn't really an ability. It's mostly just like a clarification of how this works. Okay, I think that is enough. I think that is that is 4 really solid subclasses in one night. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
for
you
me,
got it done.
starting with a fantasy really helped a lot. So
Yeah,
now I need to see what abilities are not taken, and those are going to be the new Revenant abilities. And I think I have to make sure they all make sense for like the base class.
right,
So I need to like reconfigure some of this. But I think the Revenant is in a much more solid place right now. He might still be too good,
right.
um, but
Yeah,
no, I did tweak this. So I tweaked Undying Might to your current HP. So since this guy can use hate, like he could use hate once and just like revive him once, but like he's only got 10 HP. But you really want to bring him back to max hit points,
right,
right?
right.
Because then he's be hitting like a truck. So I think that's a really cool balance. I like that a lot. I really
Yeah,
like that a lot.
yeah. Well, and, playtesting, we'll see how it goes. It's got
Yeah.
that good, elegant feel for
Yeah.
sure. You
And the
know.
cool thing is, like, I'm definitely gonna play test it for like flavor and how it feels. But in terms of balance, I have
Mhm.
this like really awesome battle sim now that I can like, all right, run it through for 20,000 encounters and see how this compares with every other class.
Yeah,
In the battle sim, we're like Monte Carlo, like, all right, done. And I can
I
analyze
went
the
and read about
results.
Monte Carlo. Yeah, yeah. I went and read about Monte Carlo simulations after you talked about
Okay.
that. I was like, what are these? This is cool.
Yep. Okay, so I'm not too worried about the balance because I can tweak that. But like, how does it feel? Does it feel cool? Is definitely what the playtesting is for, which is good because we can't get like 1,000 live playtests to see if it's
Right,
balanced, but we can get
right.
like 12. And that is more than enough to say like, oh, this doesn't feel good, or this is like this is amazing. Like you can
Yeah,
tell that like right away.
right, right, right. Well,
Okay,
yeah, and I mean, there have been times where we've said, "Ah, the feeling of this one's really cool," but you do it at the table and you're like, "It's not cool. I don't like
yeah.
it." You know?
This takes too long, or this is confusing. That's what the playtesting is going to help with. Like a
Yeah,
computer program can
yeah,
like just like run the script. It doesn't matter how confusing it is. It'll follow the script. But people are like, yeah, there's too many steps.
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
okay,
Well, and
so
the Discord will poke holes in it. I have no doubt. So
yeah,
keep going. So
yeah, um, yeah. So we need a new name for this. Need a new
okay,
name for this ability. What could that be? Has to be generic enough. It's just like speed blast.
yeah,
Like spirit blast sounds stupid, but um, um, while dying.
yeah.
Okay, you have a max of terrestrial dying. Can move for 3 months per round and gain spirit blast. You do not need to make strength save to use this ability. All right. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
While dying, you don't make strength saves to attack and gain. Oh, so this was we can just get that. I think we might not need that. I think this is going to just be part of the ability.
Oh,
Or is it? Hmm.
sorry. I'm on the video. I'm on a 30-second delay, so
Okay,
I'm
okay. Sorry.
just catching up now. So just tell me with words.
Okay,
Like
so level
as you're
2
talking
says
about it.
every 5th level deals plus wounds damage. So like the scaling for the cantrip, the hate cantrip, the spirit blast or whatever it is. So that's
Yeah.
not really something you get at level 2. 'Cause you get that at level
No, it's
5.
not a new thing.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
kind
no.
of yeah. Yeah.
So level 2. So level 1 is like a simplified version of the class. Level 2 is like the more full class.
Right.
So maybe it's this. At level 2, you can defend once per free per round, and you get the free things at level 2.
Yeah, because you want it to start out simple. You want it to start out
Yeah,
easy, right? So
yeah.
was level 2? Did level 2 used to be you can attack for free while dying or without taking a wound?
Um,
Or am I making that up? Maybe I'm making that up.
I'm not sure. I think it was. I
Okay.
think it
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because right now it's just Spirit Blast that is usable while you're dying.
Um, I think I just combined these two into one thing. I think while living, you can defend for free once per round while you can move for free once per round. There you go. I think that's a cool little bump there.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels good. It feels like it really adds to your kit.
Mm-hmm. And then subclass, this is when you really get your thing, and it shouldn't be Master of Undeath. It should be something else. We'll figure that out later. I'm not worried about names right now. Death
Right.
Grip. I think that's a pretty rad name.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, whoever's still listening, I need a better name for Spirit Blast because that's dumb. um, so I think level 5, having the Spirit Foam deal more damage is fine. But some subclasses are going to be like casting cantrips and stuff. Maybe they don't get cantrips. Maybe they just get tiered spells, and we don't worry about the cantrips. Maybe we do that if this is already scaling.
Yeah. I think that the cantrips, I think if we skip the cantrips, that instead of doing like the boost to the living side should be things that increase your melee damage, make you an elemental melee attacker. You know what I'm saying? Not just damage, but like we were saying, some defense here, some speed here, some whatever.
Mhm.
Just make you a fearsome melee fighter. You know?
Yeah, this
Uh,
guy's damage scaling comes from his hit points.
right. Right.
So like the spellcasting one, the elemental one, like he can maintain his hit points for longer because he has like the frost shield or something maybe.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Ectoblast.
Like a
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, it's not terrible.
I think I want to stay
Yeah.
away from soul stuff. I think I want to stay
Yeah.
like soul blast, soul burst. Like those are cool, but I think I want to stay away from soul stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so like this is the hard part for me, like reorganizing things. Okay, so the ones that I know are going to be there. I know these are claimed. That one and that one.
Yeah.
Possess, usurp. I
It
think
can be
this one
hard
is
to reflate
taken.
after you've like, well, the class has become a subclass, like, kind of the flagship subclass. But then you have to tie everything back to a different flavor.
Yeah, we could reflavor it.
Yeah.
Horrifying,
Yeah.
frightened Lord. Yeah, a lot of these were very bogey blast. A lot of these are very spooky feeling. And only
Right.
one of the subclasses
Right.
is very spooky, so. Apparition detonation. It's got to be like a thing that's shot out. You know? What is?
Memento mori. Excellent.
Yeah, there's shadow. We already have Shadow Blast for the Necromancer.
Yeah, we
Manifestation
do.
Mangle. That's not good. Manifestation Mangle. Um,
Yeah, so you don't want it to be too
I
dark.
think
You don't want it to be.
I think
Go
we
ahead.
have that one's claimed already, right?
Yeah. Man, the automatic formatting is a game changer for these.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
remember
Like
the first Kickstarter,
I completely
you're moving.
forgot that it
Yeah.
was happening, but yeah, I don't have to move any of these stupid boxes around.
Right. Right. I remember you positioning boxes and everything
Yeah,
every
and
time you deleted something.
it's always centered. Yeah, I could delete these and like, oh man. Yeah.
Maximum efficiency.
Yeah, Spirit Strike, maybe. If points damage is a bad idea, and it can create a strange thing when Revenant can hurt worse.
Essence is good. Essence is
It's
kind of generic, but
yeah, Shannon. That's something. It's something I'll keep an eye on. But the damage curve fits. It fits really well. But the hit point to damage idea is bad. Maybe. So they do get to defend for free each round, and they can wear, I think, mail. They can wear all armor, so they can be very tanky. So like they start off like very bursty, at least like the base class, and then their damage goes down and they die. And then like the first subclass can build up these temp HP, and he goes back to like full hit points, and then like he's like bursty again. So it's sort of like he does damage bursts and bursts. Um, one level 20
yeah.
Revenant could have plus 80 damage. Oh! You're talking about how well they roll on their hit points. No, not really. Like nobody's going to be rolling fours for everything. But you do roll with advantage, and the D4 is the die that is most affected by advantage and disadvantage. So um, I'm not too worried about that. That said, a lot of people have been wanting, and maybe I'll make a note of this. That's something I was intending on doing anyway. Um, alternate hit point gain rule, gain flat HP. And so I think we can just have that, like you can gain a flat HP thing instead of just rolling with
Yeah.
advantage, because some people don't like the variability of it. I think that's fine. So we might do that if that's what you're talking about.
It's just like the average rounded up or whatever.
Yeah, maybe, but unfortunately some of them are like would round up more or less than others, so it's not super fair for everybody.
Yeah, maybe it's not that simple.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up the thing.
I mean, yeah, there should be a numerical average roll of the advantage too, so
Yeah. Yeah, it should be like slightly less than what you would expect for rolling, I think. 2, D4, D1. Yeah, so like if you're rolling the d4s with advantage, the average that you're going to get is 3.125. So I would say round it down. So it would be 3. So you add 3 per thing. So it works fine for that. But for the d6, it's 4.47. So it would be, you can gain 4 hit points instead of rolling. Maybe that's okay. D8 is 5.8. So it would feel too bad. Maybe you could do 5 for D8. But if you're rolling, like, you're probably going to get a 6. So maybe it's okay. D8, what about D10? Yeah, I guess you just increment it 1. Yeah, I think that's fine. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what it comes to. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that.
Yeah, just round that half up to the whole number and.
Yeah, get out of here, Aang. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's die size D4 plus 3 D6 plus 4 D8 plus 5. Huh. That is cool how that worked out like that. Plus 6.
Yeah.
D12 plus 7. I just want to double check. It was D12. No, D12 is plus 8. D12 is plus 8. So I better double check all of them. The D10 is plus 7. D10 is plus 7. And then, so you're giving up a little bit less for D10. D8 is plus 5. Yeah. So like D10 is sort of like weird.
The good news is though, it's optional. It's an optional rule. You can roll.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I feel like D10 should be like 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it could be like 6 or 7. 6 one time and 7 the other time. We'll just say 7. It's fine. It's fine.
Just let the GM decide. It's GM be out there.
Okay, because like the Commander and Shepherd are D10 ones, right? Shepherd is D10, I think. Is it?
I think so.
Shadowmancer's D8.
I remember Shepherd being.
Shepherd is D10, yeah.
High. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, isn't there? There's a number that equates to their starting HP, right? Their starting HP is like
the max
it's
plus advantage.
Mathematical, right?
Yep.
Okay, max plus advantage. Yeah.
So 4 plus 3 is 7, so the Revenant gets 7. 12 plus 8 is 20, so Berserker gets 20.
Well, there's some precedent there that whatever that plus advantage is what you're doing here, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, good point. Maybe the absolute nature of the damage is what makes me feel that it is too strong. Shannon, if you want to explain what you mean by that, I'd be happy to consider that. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Any other abilities?
Yeah.
So if this ability may not work any longer, plus you can use all spectral, all dying abilities while living. So you can move for free each turn, which is fine. Well, I don't know what other dying abilities there are. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah. Because none of the selectable abilities are specifically while you're dying or alive, right?
You know what? Maybe all of these abilities, maybe we can just keep all of like the dying, all the grave stuff, because like it focuses on dying. And the Fae just doesn't want you to die. The Celestial doesn't want you to die. Like none of them are undead necessarily, but they are all like stuff happens when you're dying.
Yeah,
so I think that's okay.
Yeah. There might be one or two that are still, spooky rather than just dying related. You know?
Yeah. But incorporeal, unrelenting as the grave, I think those are fine. We don't need to reflavor the entire thing because it does.
Agree.
Like he wants to die. He has 7 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it true that none of the selectable abilities are limited to one phase or another? They're just anytime.
This
Do you know what I mean?
one,
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
And spectral form allows you to
Okay.
move through. Yeah, so some of them do. So this
Okay.
one does. In this one, when you drop to 0, you may teleport twice. So like, yeah, some of them do.
Okay. So they're situational still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, level 20 might need to be tweaked then. Because you're right, there's not a lot in the way of. I mean, I honestly being able to move for free and defend for free every turn is like kind of killer. So
Yeah.
maybe that's maybe that's enough.
Yeah. So maybe it's just you can use like both halves of Undying Might are always active. So while living, you can defend and move for free once per round, and while dying, you can defend and move for free once per round. So maybe that's it.
I mean, that's pretty great.
Yeah, I like that.
That effectively gives you 4 actions per turn.
Yeah, but you can only attack twice per turn.
True. True.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Awesome.
I think
Awesome.
that answers all of my questions. I just sort of have to type it up, and we're all set.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Um,
Uh,
do you want to take a quick look at
so
the subclasses that you made? Or
sure. Yeah.
it is almost
Yeah.
1, so maybe like 10 more minutes.
Hey. Yeah, I was gonna say it's only one on your clock, so
It's almost 1 o'clock on my clock. Is it
yeah.
in? Where is it?
I
Is
put
it
it
in
in the
the
same document you were on for the
subclass winners?
artificer.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's bind
Yeah. Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's take a look at this. Razor Fist. Um, is it Oracle? Which one is it? Restoration?
There's 2. There's restoration and oracle. Yeah.
Okay.
Restoration. I was thinking about the like cauldron thing, and I was like, I just can't think of a way that's not like prepare these things on a safe rest, and you have to decide early what you're gonna do. Like it
Hmm.
just wasn't fun. There was no way to make that fun. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
Um, I'm just gonna think of some more words. Ball,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
tincture, old ways. Okay,
Yeah. This
soothing
is
torment.
very
When an enemy
herbally.
with an affliction dies, allies adjacent to it gain key to HP for each affliction that was on that enemy. That's interesting. Ooh, parsley sage. I
I
like
wanted
that.
to. Yeah, and then rosemary and thyme is down at the bottom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Uh, I wanted it to, even though it's kind of supporty, I wanted it to lean into like you're still doing your affliction thing. You're still doing the class mechanic, right?
Hmm.
So I wanted to benefit from that. You know.
Hmm. Okay. So when an enemy with an affliction dies, so this like we can't use this on a boss encounter. Which
Right.
is we might want to tweak that. So it
Yeah.
might be like when you cast
Swap it over.
Hex, choose an ally to gain some temp HP, like maybe something like that.
That could be. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
or whenever you could afflict an enemy instead, or whenever you afflict an enemy, you can also like I don't know what's the opposite of afflict. Unflict an ally.
That's it. Yep.
So yeah, maybe it's something
Uh,
like that.
so yeah, there's kind of two you'll see as you're looking down. There's kind of like
Okay.
the first level 3 one and the level 11 one are kind of tied.
Okay.
Parsley Sage and Rosemary and Thyme are tied, and then Potent Bloom and Glorious Bloom are tied. So like things can
Okay.
be shifted around. Yeah,
All right. Let me keep reading before I change everything.
yeah,
Your safe
yeah.
rest. You may brew an herbal elixir for the party. Anyone who consumes it heals 1 extra wound. Um.
So I thought that was an area that that we haven't really dug into is like making safe rests more effective, and it's not the primary thing. It's like a very secondary thing to the subclass, right? But it allows you to spend less time safe resting.
Oh, I see, I see. So instead of like 6 days, it's like you take 3 days.
Right. Right.
I see. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Potent Bloom. When casting Life Bloom, roll each hit die with advantage. Now, I don't know what Life Bloom does.
That's the one where you roll your hit die and somebody else's hit die, and you
Right.
heal people. Heal
Yeah,
two other people.
I'm grabbing my my booklet.
Oh
2
yeah.
more of your own hit
Yeah,
die,
yeah.
and 1 more from a willing target. Heal your target and another creature on each the sum of those dice. That's a pretty cool spell. Whoever came with that. Roll each hit
Yeah,
die
who
with
was that?
advantage. Okay. Okay, that's pretty neat. Um,
It still uses resources. It's still limited, but it's healing, right?
it's better. Yeah, it's better. I
Yeah.
like that. Potent Bloom. Um, what does that do to the healing? I'd have to measure that out. So you heal both of them. Okay, so it raises the floor. So like it's always going to be a good heal.
Right. Right. It's
Okay.
never going to increase the ceiling though. So
Okay.
it should stay within the math limits.
I might add a little bit. Gain plus key
Yeah.
hit dice. Just so that like you can do this a little bit more often.
Yeah.
So like you could
Yeah.
use
Sounds good.
two of your own hit dice. Like if your allies don't want them you spinning their hit dice, you can use 2 of yours, heal yourself and another target for that much.
That had never occurred to me that you could do that, but yeah,
Yeah.
that is
It's
correct.
it's worded that way so you don't have to, like you can be the willing target. If you're healing yourself and then you can just choose another target.
Right. 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 That's good then.
Empowered
Yeah.
cleanse. Maybe like astringent. Astringent! It burns going down. When soothing torment triggers, you may spend up to 3 mana, increasing. So they do get mana, right? I don't remember how the X Miner works specifically.
Yeah.
Your max mana pool is
That's a good
always
question.
equal to will plus level. Okay. So they have a smaller
Yeah.
mana pool than other classes. So 3 mana is pretty steep.
Yes, but you don't have to. It's up to 3 mana.
You may spend increasing tip HP gained by key for each mana spent. You may spend if you spend mana, so you remove harmful condition. Okay, that's pretty cool. Glorious Bloom. When casting Light Bloom, use each hit dice a max value rather than rolling. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's not a complicated subclass. Like it's pretty straightforward, but
Yeah.
I think it really leans into the healing and all that. So
Okay, Rosemary. Okay, that's cool. I think cool flavor. I think it needs to be a bit more powerful. A bit more
Yeah.
powerful, like maybe Potent Bloom whenever you cast Life Bloom, like and deal that much damage to an enemy. So like healing either needs to be incredibly powerful, but gated, like the Shepherd has the Searing Light. It can heal for twice as much. Can heal for twice as much, but only a dying creature, right?
Right.
So that's cool. So like creatures deal a lot of damage with 1 hit. So if I'm going to spend an action healing, then it has to be very powerful. But if it's so powerful that it can keep up the creatures, then like progress isn't being made.
This defeats the point. Right.
So maybe it's Potent Bloom. Like, so I want it to still make progress. So rather than the progress healing way more, the progress could be it deals that much damage to an enemy also.
Right. Yeah.
And that would
fair.
make it. It's like I don't want a class to be the healing class. It's only good at healing.
Right.
It's the same for like the tanky class. The tanky subclasses like Bulwark. Like the more armor you have, the more damage you can do. Also, like you deal extra damage equal to your armor. So I like that kind of stuff. So we're always getting closer to the end. Otherwise, we have to increase the healing by a lot. Like, so healing like 16 hit points isn't a lot.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
less than an attack probably. But 16 across 2 creatures and dealing that much damage to another creature, like, okay, like that adds up. Now that's powerful.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. That's a good idea.
Whenever you cast, do you get Life Bloom at? Yeah, it's tier 1.
It's tier 1. Yeah, yeah. It's
When
early.
you cast Life Bloom, deal that much damage to an as well. So that makes it a little bit more cool.
Does it need a reach or range or something?
It already has a reach 8, so I think we just use that reach.
Oh, Life Bloom does. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this makes it a good bit more interesting. And then this, giving an ally temp HP is cool. I don't want to give all allies that. Allies adjacent. Allies adjacent to it. Yeah. Because like the more adjacent allies to it, the stronger this is. And like all of those allies have to like mark something down.
That's true. Yeah.
So I want to avoid that kind of bookkeeping.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's another way we could tie it to afflictions and to,
I mean, I'm
doing that
thinking
class?
maybe it's like when you cast Hex, you gain 10 tip HP, or whenever you crit, whenever Hex crits, um,
Hmm.
whenever Hex crits, like gain 10 tip HP. Maybe it's that, or
Yeah.
choose an ally, like give an ally 10 temp HP. Like it's easy to add, it's always useful. Maybe later it could be 20 or something.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I just wanted something to lean
yeah,
into doing that class rotation,
yeah,
Um, but you make a good point about the amount of bookkeeping that giving everybody a bunch of temp HP is.
yeah. Whenever your Hex crits, gain 10 temp HP. This one almost seems like it would be like a backup tank in that sense, since you have potent bloom. Like you're
Yeah.
gaining hit dice, you're wanting to cast it on yourself more often. You have temp HP. Yeah, that seems like
Yeah.
a neat little thing. Okay.
Well, and we can, if we want to, we can pull Parsley Sage down to level 7 or somewhere, like rather than 3, 1, 1, 2,
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be more balanced. Because it's definitely the less like it's
Yeah.
not the one people will be like, "Ooh, I
Yeah.
want that."
This is
Like
more
it's
just
nice.
it's just a flavor thing, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because the reality at the table of doing safe rest is like, okay, well, how many days do we spend? This many.
yeah.
Great, cool.
We save rest for a week. Okay. I have this ability. It only takes us 3.5 days.
Right. Yeah, it's really it's flavor.
Cast life
And the
roll.
rare circumstance where somebody's like, "Oh, well, you have 5 days to complete this thing," or whatever, then it matters. But that's okay.
Yeah. So I think that this change makes this more powerful to where we don't need to add anything there. Empowered cleanse when
Yeah,
soothing torment triggers. You may spend up to 3 mana, increase the HP.
yeah, that has to be tweaked, obviously.
Yeah, you may spend. Uh, hmm, Can we?
mean, my initial thought for that was a condition cleanse, right? That's something that I think
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense for this class, and like it ended up being kind of tacked on there, but it could just lean into that,
Mhm.
you know.
You may grant the temp HP from Soothing Torment to an ally. Okay. So like that's like a cool little buff. Like you could do that. And then also increase temp HP gained by grant and 10 temp for each mana spent. Temp HP. And remove condition
Yeah.
for
Well, and
each mana spent.
my gut reaction was adding 10 temp HP is a lot, but this is now fighting for your potent bloom and your additional damage and your you're
Mhm.
using your mana for a lot of stuff, which is
Yeah.
good. You should feel that that's a limited resource.
Mhm.
uh,
May spend two. You may spend up to. We'll just say key mana, just so we don't have to.
yeah.
Um, whatever triggers. To grant HP. Okay, I think that's cool. That feels empowered.
Yeah.
Empowering
Yeah.
and casting
Yeah.
life bloom each. Use each. Yeah, that's cool.
Sounds good.
Well, actually, is that good? Because
What's
do
that?
you remember the artificer with the first thing was like, yeah, it just deals 20 damage. Like I thought that was cool, but the feedback we got from Ross was like, actually, rolling dice is part of the like a big part of the fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Um,
Well, we could tie
maybe
it to
it should
dice
be.
instead of just flat 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing life bloom. Um, roll 1d20 as well. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just that.
You just add a
Yeah.
large die. Yeah.
Yeah. Add 1d20 to the roll when casting life bloom.
Is it too complicated? Because now what you're effectively doing is you're saying like, all right, this guy had a D8 hit die, I had a D6 hit die, or whatever it is, right? So I'm rolling two D6s, two D8s, plus one D20, but the one D20 is additive,
Yeah.
and the other two
Okay.
are
Okay. How about
advantage.
this?
Like,
So that this could just replace all the dice. So this just could be roll 2d20 with advantage when casting life bloom.
yeah,
So
I
we're
think that
replacing
makes
my hit
sense.
dice, your hit die, and the advantage. So we're just rolling 3d20. 3d20, take the two
Right.
highest. That's pretty
Much
good.
easier physically at the table. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I like that.
That's good. That's good.
Cool. I like that. That's a solid utility off tank kind of class.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate
Um,
that.
yeah, and like it can deal some solid damage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, especially at the end there.
yeah. Is it too focused on life bloom on this one spell? Maybe that's okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I think maybe that's okay.
I think, yeah, as I say, I think it's all right. Especially, I don't know that you're going to be doing it all the time either. It'll be nice. It'll come in clutch, but it's not gonna happen all the time, I don't think.
Yeah, this should be like blooming something. Something,
Yeah.
something. I'll come up with a
Yeah.
name.
Okay. Yeah. Uh,
Well,
yeah. Sounds good. I always leave the parking lot in there. The parking lot's where I put ideas,
yeah,
just like
parking lot's great.
things I'm working on.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that. Oh, I do that too.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
So that's what it's for. When you apply affliction, allies, adjacent to target, includes. Yeah, I'd love to use this as a trigger for more things, but I want the abilities to be cool across all the different kinds of encounters, like solo encounters as well as like group encounters.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't even thought about
Yeah.
legendary encounters being a real downer for that one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fab, let me know if
Uh,
if that tweak fixes it. Roll 2d20 with advantage when casting like bloom instead. Oracle must get future dice earlier. They don't start until level 5. Yeah, we could just do that.
yeah. Also, yeah. That's what Soothsayer Savant does. It's
Okay.
basically just like, yeah, like you get this early, and they're D4s because they start at D6s normally.
Okay. Maybe it could be like
So that was
Prodigy. Like a prodigy is
Prodigy.
someone
Yeah.
who like learns it early, right? Or
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
is savant the same thing? Soothsayer, when a combat begins, roll a future sight die, expend it to add or subtract its result from any die. Okay, that's cool.
It's the same idea. I just wanted to give the
Okay,
suits
just
or
give it earlier.
the future sight text early. Having somebody have to look at a later thing is weird. So, uh,
Let's see. Whenever combat begins, roll a future sight die. I think this person would just want to have more of them. Um,
what do you mean? Sorry, I'm not following.
so I think this one should have like 2 future sight dice. 2d4. Expend 1. I think it should be that. And maybe we can. Hmm.
So I want to say further down it does. We do get more, and I'm totally not opposed to that. The reason why I didn't do it is because further on down the class, you get 2 and you get 3, and so
Okay.
I was just like, we
Yeah, let me
we could
read it
do
before.
a yeah. I was like, we
Yeah.
could do a you get an additional one, but it gets weird, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, after rolling future dice, you may reroll any for 1 mana each. I might do like you can spend a mana to just gain a future sight die.
could be, yeah, yeah.
Because like whether you roll a
Um,
1 or a
it,
6 or whatever, like all of them would be valuable because you can add or subtract it. You know. So I don't know how often you just want to
right,
reroll one.
yeah, and it might not be worth a mana either. I mean, as we
Mhm.
said, mana is a limited resource, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. 1 mana to gain 1. I don't know. Maybe we could just you make spend 1 mana
So,
to gain a like you're spending
so
your mana
the
to look
risk
into
of
the future. What's that?
so the yeah, I thought about that, and we do that kind of at level 15, but
Okay.
sort of like the the risk of this is that unlike um the man, I'm losing it. The Songweaver's ability, the inspiration, where you're giving advantage on a particular roll or a particular thing, there is always advantage. There's always a benefit to using a future sight die. Even if you're just like, yeah, that person rolled a d8 and they rolled a 2, so I'm gonna make it a 5. Like it's still better. Like, and so
Hmm.
you can conceivably use it every single roll, run out, and then get another one. Like, and that was what I wanted to try to avoid, right?
Yeah.
Uh, because like
Uh,
literally every role is benefited by this. You know,
yeah. That said, if it cost a mana, like 1 mana is worth way more than 2 damage,
that's true.
right?
That's true.
Like 1 mana is worth close to 5 damage, maybe. Um,
Right. 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 So yeah, if it's still tied to a mana, that would be okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Let me keep reading. When using future die to harm an afflicted creature, add another affliction. Oh, that's funny.
It's just kind of a way to, to keep that train rolling.
Or maybe it could be
Because you're
something like you may double the value of a. Maybe that? Is that the only time you'd use it? I don't even remember what Hexbinder does. So because on crit, you get to do both. So if you use a future sight die on Hex, you get like you can double the effect. So if you like roll a 1, like it's a 1d4 Hex, like so you're not going to use like a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 to on it. But if you roll a 1 on a future sight die, like all right, I'll use it on Hex because it counts as a 2, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so future sight dice you can use on enemy rolls too. So
Right.
so a one's really valuable. One's key. But
Is it
yeah, a
replace it?
two you
What
can
does that
use
even
that.
do? No,
Oh
it's
no, you're right.
add or subtract its result
Add or
from any.
subtract.
Yeah. So a
Yeah,
1
you're
is
right.
good because
Not used.
even a 1
Yeah,
can turn a crit into a hit.
true, true.
But
Or
higher
a
is
hit into a
always
miss.
better with them.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Um, yeah. No, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, so
Let's
this
leave it on
gives
there.
more value to the very low rolls.
Right. Right, right. Which, if we eliminate the re-rolling future sight die, that at least makes the low rolls,
Yeah,
palatable.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And then like basically spending a mana to like gain like add an affliction on a bad guy. Like yeah, that's sort of what you're trying to do anyway. So that's still value even if you roll low.
right, right, right.
Hand of Fate. Okay. When you consult the bones, roll with advantage. That's fun. Renewed vision. When you make an attack into a crit or miss, roll one future sight die.
So this was kind of it encourages you to make them into crits or misses, like to use them to their best,
Mm-hmm.
but it allows you to keep doing them.
Okay. I think that one might need to have something a little bit different. Um, it needs to be made bigger or something. What do the future sight? What happens to the future sight dice? They have reach 8. I think that's good. I think this guy should be able to see like further into the distance. So maybe she has like +2 reach or something. So at level 17, your future
Yeah,
sight dice increase to d8s,
right, right. So
which
they'll be,
is still very very good.
but they won't be d8s by this point. By this point, they'll be d6s
Right.
because this is level 15. Yeah.
Okay. So so this one. So whenever combat begins at level 5, whenever combat begins, you roll a d6 and a d4. Is that the intent?
At level 3, you would just roll a d4 because you
Yeah,
don't
yeah. At level
have them
3,
yet.
you'd,
You
you'd
get them
roll
at level
just a
5.
d4.
Oh,
But at level
I
5,
got you.
when everybody gets it, you'd roll the d4 and a d6.
I think you'd roll 2d6s, or how do I say this? Like, it's just you get it early and it's a d4. It's a lower die.
Okay, that's the
Uh,
intent. Okay,
so it would convert to a d6 at level 5.
okay, all right. Yeah, we'll
But I
say
don't
that.
know, when do you get 2? Um,
I
there is a
don't know
there is a
that
place where you
you.
get 2.
Oh yeah, level 10 you get 2.
Level 10. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they have reach 8, and then level 70. Yeah, yeah. Soothsayer. level 14 you roll
Right.
them with advantage.
That's right.
Level 17 they're
Yeah.
d8s.
That was why I strayed away from advantage, because it's already on there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll think about that. It's getting pretty late, so
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for hanging out,
Yeah,
man.
that's good. Yeah, no problem.
I'll
It's been
chat with
great.
you some more later. I'll go and wrap up the stream. For
Sounds
the
good.
7 people who are still watching, all right, see you, Matt.
See ya.
So for the 7 people who are still watching, oh, we got 30 people. Wow, we got a good number of people still watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope this has been fun for you. It's fun for me to cook a little bit late night. I was just gonna like watch some YouTube and go to bed, but I wasn't too tired yet. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. We're making great progress. If you're gonna be in Gen Con, come see me. Come say hi. So we'll wrap it up there. Good night, guys.